time. Most of us are awake, and most of us are not awake. But being awake does not mean watching the news and following all this bullshit that's going on here. The truth of the matter is, this guy is following the news, watching all the atrocities happening to his company. This is what you call your pride has deceived you. That's right, y'all. His pride has deceived him. And why you think it's gonna happen to Trump America, Ronald McDonald's Trump? His pride is deceiving him. Most of these people don't get it. They live a life of a clown that children laugh at them. The average kid that is laughing at these people is because they understand that they're clowns. All they do is dress in suits and pretend to be genius behind tax dollars and contracts that belong to the people. And now he's showing his true colors by simply acting like he has genius ways of cutting people's survival. And people have to go into survival mode now. These people don't get it. I swear to God, these people don't get it. But you know what I think is we don't get it as a people. But we're going to go ahead. We're not going to talk too much. We have a program to run here today. It's about 10:27 a.m. We're Eastern Standard Time. And, we figured that, since most people always want to show other people's videos, and YouTube has this problem in copyright issues and all these weirdness. It's like everything is redundant. Everything is copied. Just like Elon Musk took Tesla, Nikola Tesla's name. That man was probably possessed to think he can go against the establishment of Satan at that time, ran by, what's his name again? Nobody remembers him. Einstein, whatever his name is. They're all Steins and Junbergs and whatever Bergs. They're Germans. They're not so-called Jews. We are. Jews is from the word Judah. Don't get these people to get you twisted. Just like how they cutting off the Department of Education. Because they realize the internet is the Department of Education. They spent all the Department of Education's money on the internet, on social media. Hence why this clown go get a contract from the government to buy Twitter. Because he wanted to put himself in a position of some form of leadership. So he goes and get another huge major loan from South Africa to create Tesla. And this loan comes, obviously, now that we've seen the fruition, I'm giving y'all some spiritual conversations right now that, God Almighty sat me through the Bible and showed me these people's pride, which is deceiving them. All because their pride is so large that it makes a simple clown like Elon Musk, a regular idiot Joe Schmo. He's similar to Joe Rogan. No sense, no understanding, full of conspiracy and bullshitness. But yet, he has lobbying power. Yet, he has rich folks that taught him how to steal, just like Donald Trump. They're all part of the clique of what you call, they call them, I forgot the name, they call them dukes. They call them the dukes. These assholes are the dukes. You know what dukes are? The dukes are the people that in fact are responsible for causing tyranny to our society. That's what the dukes are. The dukes are like managers of buildings, like property managers. If you ever wonder who are the dukes, dukes cannot be anybody that is black or melanated. Dukes cannot be anyone that has any other ethnicity in them, but people that look like Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Benjamin Netanyahu, crazy cuckoo, whatever his name is. Those are all dukes. The Dukes of Edinburgh, or the Duke of what you call Washington, because they were the Duke of what you call anti-Jerusalem. That means they are given the Dukes, which is Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and all these other people that represent them, including the Democratic parties. They got Dukes as well that work with them. And this is one big sex play, y'all. This is one big sex play. Why do you think Donald Trump's so-called Secretary of or whoever they do, whatever job they do, Pam Bondi, all these women, education, Linda McMahon, or some kind of wacko chicks, those are all ex-pageantry women that was probably doing him favors in ways because they knew he was an economical hitman, and they know his plan is to cause hell on earth with confusion. That's his mission. That's the mission that Santa Claus gave him. Santa Claus controls all these dukes. They're different than what you call the elves. They're not the elves. They are a department of elves. But they call them duke. They're close. That means they're the ones that are taking care of the lawyership of these wicked old vampires that are like BlackRock. All the shareholders of these type of companies, you can never sharehold with them because they have a very satanic agenda. And to them, this is the edge they must keep. This is the edge they must keep in order to keep control. That's what they think. They're losing their life, their breath, everything, trying to keep edge. Their children ain't even straight to understand how to breathe, let alone them keep pretending to have power and edge. We don't pray for these people. We pray for these people to disappear and get taken by the wind. You ever heard about the wind? The wind of greed? No, many of you have never heard about the wind of greed. But before we talk too much, we're going to play you guys a video, a little newscast, because most of you don't believe nothing when it's coming from somebody's mouth that knows the truth about what it is that most people don't understand behind the spirit. Who is behind the spirit? When you look at it this way, the guy you see here, Elon Musk, and the guy you see behind this man here, that's a newscaster, Donald Trump, they're all three is the same prototype. They're not different. It's just the guy in the middle of them seems to want to just get to the bottom of the bullshit by calling out what's happening according to his job. And the guy behind him, Trump, he likes the chaos. There's three different white men in this world that are completely confused against each other, just like the Third World War is about to come. Donald Trump is a confused megalomaniac that likes to cause the chaos, to set the stage. So he goes and gets an ally like Elon Musk, the fool that does not see where the buck stops. He likes to pretend the buck stops with the same joker that got him into the robbery. Meanwhile, after the robbery, the joker kills him or unalives him, whatever the hell you saw in the Dark Knight. This is what we're seeing now. It's the Dark Knight. I don't know if many of you saw the Dark Knight before, but maybe you didn't. So the guy in front of this guy in the middle is a guy like Robin, or he's a guy like, Robin to Batman, or Batman is Donald Trump, or he's actually one of the main robbers that drove to the bank in the Dark Knight that want to be like, two guys down. No, this guy thinks he can just skip and still get away with it. That's him. That's Elon Musk. He's this dumb clown idiot that comes from so-called South Africa just to come out here and rob some more money, because him and his crony friends have robbed South Africa so much for him to come up with something called Tesla, SpaceX, all these bullshit communication devices that he damn well knows that it's for the control of people and their whereabouts, all for Santa Claus. The same boss that hired all these people is BlackRock, old white men, full of nothing. No melanation, just evil, wicked ideas of economics. That's because they love the filth of what they are bringing the world to. But God is only giving them a spoil for the time, just because God says, you know what? I want to see, just like the people chose to have wickedness, to eat from the tree of good and evil. That means the tree of good, which is us, the black and brown people, and the tree of wickedness, which is them. The people of our nightmares. It's their vision of the night. We're not going to see their system or see much of them in the near future. You know why? Because a lot of them have really done some real wickedness, but God wanted us to see this. So we're going to go ahead and play this. I'm not going to talk too much. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the like. But follow me. For us, we're going to give you 5 minutes, 10 minutes in, 10 minutes, listen and learn. And then we're going to come and give a little comment. We want to make sure people understand that, you know what, in the midst of all this chaos, we have solutions. And we just want our people to understand data transparency. How can we use data transparency as a form of a doge to stop the entire system, to put it on pause? Just like I put this idiot newscaster on pause. We put the whole news system on pause so we can figure out to use data transparency and all put ourselves, a group of us put ourselves in Elon Musk's position, because he's about to lose that position full of 21-year-old drug addicts on Percocets. We take that position as 12 groups that can literally show people the way. You can have whatever, 4 groups of white men and women, 4 groups of black men and women, 4 groups of the rest of the Asian men and women. That's 12, and Indian. So that at least those groups can fully see the data transparency we need to make our world work accordingly. Because the school is the cell phone and YouTube. The school is internet. It should be free for everyone. Well, let's listen in on this, and I will come in and discuss later.
4 years later, they're out of college, no job, and in debt. What do? We bail them out. Remember Joel? He finished grad school in '98, decided to become a professional musician. He doesn't make much money and chose to stop paying off his student loans. But thanks to
Yeah, these type of guys are the reason why there's so much delinquency in the system. And there's no need to run education with the likes of these guys in the same classroom as us. We have cell phones, we have everything now. We don't want to learn what they want to learn. If they're learning wickedness, let's learn how to dismantle their wickedness so that the world can survive.
Biden Joel had his $250,000 of debt wiped.
Scientifical
Plenty
is
of Joels out
wickedness.
there. People who are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt with no jobs, living with their parents. This isn't what we're paying for. Our education system's broken. And it's been like that for a while. Here's Steve Jobs.
You ask who are the customers of education. The customers are the parents. Not even the students, but the parents. The problem that we have in this country is that the customers went away. The customers stopped paying attention to their schools for the most part. Mothers started working, and they didn't have time to spend at PTA meetings and watching their kids' school. Schools became much more institutionalized, and parents spent less and less and less time involved in their kids' education. And
Well, before you finish, Steve Jobs, even though you're finished already, you're waiting somewhere for your judgment. Fortunately, I got nothing to say against Steve Jobs. But what I gotta say is, he knew the truth. That's why something happened to him mysteriously, because he understood they took away the leadership in the home by taking away the men, by systematically dismantling the man and feeding the women leadership that is fake, false, and phony and single, alone, and you don't need a man. And these white men, they never thought what they did to us will be done to them in their own right, in their own time. And that's why the whole school system, the whole children are all messed up, because they stop acting like we are customers of our kids' school education. They keep pretending that we need to understand that they got a government to run and they need to spend budget right. They need to do this. No, you fools don't understand. All that money that's going to the Department of Education is our money. Can't we take that on? But no, they give us jobs. They make us so busy trying to put America together based on the fact of pressure, when a simple management job don't need pressure. I'm a property manager. I'm a superintendent. I can manage 20 buildings in the vicinity and have over 200 workers within the system of maintenance, preventative maintenance, education to the children, and just having a round circle of community overwatch, because I don't need over $200,000 to get that position. That position should be about $150,000. And a free living to make sure you're doing your job, that is overseeing what it is you need to oversee. The 1 to 6 positions that you need to oversee. This is how it should be, data transparency, so we can understand life in our time. But these people are in the way so much with this government religious attitude that they think they're the only ones that know how to do things because they think they came up with technology. Just like this man here, he thought he's the only one that's gonna bring Apple to the world. But what Apple is now is nothing. It's just an apple. If it ain't used right, it ain't put into educational system right, his idea was not right, because it belonged to the American government, full of lies. And they need to understand you cannot charge an Apple, iPhone, and all these stuff so expensively that the kids don't have a chance to learn and use that device. You see what I'm saying here? And then he wants to talk about the parents stop being the customers because of fools like you that create systems that charge people so much that they got to go work to afford it for their kids when it should be free, like tampons should be free for the women. But yet they want them to bleed until they cry and go find a way to hook in order to get it if they're poor.
Happens when a customer
System is
goes away
wicked.
and a monopoly gets control, which is what's happened in our country, is that the service level almost always goes down.
Senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute, Chris Rufo, joins me now. Explain to everybody what the Department of Education even does, Chris, and what it means now that it's basically gone.
Well, in short, the Department of Education functions as a left-wing slush fund. It sends more than $100 billion a year to left-wing universities around the country. It subsidizes K-12 schools in all 50 states. And then it has 4,000 employees, most of whom are focused on left-wing race and gender activism and pushing those ideological ideas into the classroom everywhere, in blue states and in red states. And so this is a historic day. President Trump has done what every Republican president since 1980 has promised to do.
Shut up. We're going to forward this, guys. We need to just pause these clowns. We need to pause these clowns or mute them. You know why? Because these people, they're talking cryptic talk. Red states, blue states. Stupidity. Full of clowns and full of nothingness. All they do is sign something on TV, put their ass on camera. No one wants to see the snake on camera that doesn't listen. They're like a deaf adder. They don't listen. All they do is just put their eyes like a snake, like this guy. Look at this clown. You can see the snakiness in him. He looks like Judas. Like, these people are full of nothingness. And look at him. He's like, you sure you can make this happen? And she's like, trust me. I know the devil. I know him. You heard him, but you don't know him directly. Because the white women actually dwell with the devil directly behind the scene because they suck him off. Unfortunately, they pretend we don't know that their son is the devil.
The president deserves immense credit.
Look, everything they say is this deserves this. You don't deserve anything. You don't even deserve to speak. After all the atrocities you clown have done to the world, you should just sit down like little children and learn how it's done right. Look at his face. He looks like the new Hamitic idiots. Hamites. That's why he kind of looked like a snake, like Diddy, for example. That was a black Hamite. And look at his delinquency. It's all delinquency. These people have no understanding. Look at that. Look at that. This is what the white woman that you all want to lust over, this is how she looks. Like something you don't want to touch. It's ridiculous, y'all. We're not being racist. Racism is people stopping us from earning and having our own currency. I'm being very prejudiced. We don't like y'all, and y'all full of shit. Y'all need to separate.
The rich dress?
Do you want to eat the rich?
You know, I think if they taste good enough, I would.
Democrats are on the hunt. They're taking a break from looking for a new leader and are now just focusing on finding a victim. If Trump's a tyrant, there must be victims, right? They're having a tough time finding one. They're scraping the bottom of the victim barrel, and they found this guy.
Back to the
Bedar Mansuri. Bedar teaches at Georgetown, and Trump's trying to deport him. Democrats are freaking out. But what they won't tell you is Bedar's tied in with terrorists. His father-in-law is Hamas. The State Department says Badar was actively spreading Hamas propaganda, and he has close connections to a known or suspected terrorist. Not the type of guy we want in the country. But a Biden judge ordered the government to not deport him. We don't feel bad for these people. We have enough nutty professors. And no one's buying their manufactured victims, so let's try being villains instead. They're staging a massive protest on March 29th, targeting every Tesla showroom and charging station. They call it a Tesla takedown. To begin with, they say it'll be peaceful, but they say the same thing about the summer law. Actor John Cusack says the goal is to terrorize Elon.
I think everybody should really enjoy taking this guy down and this stock down, and because of the example of this set, the only way to stop that is people who are afraid of us. We have to make them really afraid. And what's happening now with us is making them very afraid. And that's a good thing.
Jasmine, not to be confused with Davy Crockett, will be there too. And she's bringing birthday cake.
Hold on, let's hold on for a second. Is that John Cusack, the guy that was in what you call Godzilla? Well, now he seems very scared that Godzilla is actually his people that are terrorism. They're terrorizing everything. And now he's speaking truth. Let's hear what Jasmine got to say.
Here for very selfish reasons. Starting with on March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see
Cook it up.
on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes, I'm going to keep screaming in the halls of Congress. I just need y'all to make sure that y'all
Cook
keep
it up.
screaming in the streets.
Take him down.
They're not going to stop until Tesla's dead.
And he thinks of himself as this black hat hacker that's broken into the government and socially engineered his way into the treasury, and he's going to abscond with all the data. And obviously, guys, we need to be very clear about what our demands are, about what our bright lines are, and that we're not going to stop until Tesla is done with Musk.
Okay, Joe. If Tesla tanks, sure, it'll damage Musk, but it'll also devastate thousands of American workers.
stealing
people's
people's
names
names
and
and
pretending
pretending to represent them.
To punish that car company that is 100% made in America, made by people living in America,
No, they're not.
Americans rely on those jobs. Like, maybe we criticize another thing.
Right.
Like, what is your goal? That we shut down those factories and those Americans lose those jobs? That makes you feel better about your gripe with Elon?
Democrats are rooting for Americans to lose jobs, cars, and money, and they're cheering on Trantifa.
Some people are not content to just scream about Elon in a high school gym. They're taking to the streets or the parking lots.
Tonight, the FBI and ATF now investigating multiple cases of possible arson targeting Teslas and Cybertrucks.
This dramatic video shows multiple cars in flames. Police say the attacker used Molotov cocktails. It's the latest in more than a dozen instances of arson and vandalism targeting Tesla.
The same suspect shot 4 Teslas with a gun. Tesla Cybertrucks were set on fire in Kansas City, and earlier this month, shots fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Cybertrucks on fire in Seattle.
Wow, you guys like petty acts of domestic terrorism, huh?
Tesla terrorism's already more violent than January 6th, and liberals are clapping. It's all fun and games until you get 20 years.
When you set a car on fire, you should go to jail. You're a criminal. You're beyond being stupid when you do that. You're going to go to jail, and you now have a government that just got their mandate. They can't wait to...
Look at this dickhead. Look at him. Just stop talking with your bold, evil, bald-looking dickhead face. You're talking shit, man. Because you have money invested in the jails to arrest black people and arrest these people. Think their stock market is about the jail system. They're full of crap. Stop your stock market. This is what we need to be dismantling. The whole prison and education system is the same thing. They use stock market behind it. Dismantle the whole system. Stop it, and let's use data transparency and proof of crime. All these guys will be going to jail if you have proof of crime. All these guys are thieves. About you should go to jail for burning cars. You should go to jail for being a multi-millionaire, because that's greed. You have no right to be that because you kill somebody to get to that level.
And idiots that do this. You're going to spend 5 to 20 years in prison. If they get them on terrorism, which I think is a stretch, they will have no parole, no shortened sentence. They'll rot in hell in prison for 20 years. And frankly, as far as I'm concerned, that's okay.
Attorney General Pam Bondi just announced
Look at that.
federal charges.
Exactly what I'm saying. Make sure y'all subscribe, y'all. A lot of pornography stars this guy is hiring, like Pam Bondi. Look at her. She look like she's going straight to OnlyFans to make $1 trillion for mans that want to see the coochie behind this chick that's trying to pretend she runs men. Jezebel.
Terrorists. Daniel Pounder, who lit himself on fire while trying to burn down a charging station. A trans activist, Lucy Nelson, aka Justin Nelson, planted explosives at a Tesla dealership. And
See?
Adam Lansky, Molotov 8 Teslas while carrying
All the creatures of hell are being released out of their Wahala jails.
AR. They're each facing 2 decades behind bars. Bondi's also investigating who's funding these attacks. She says they appear to be organized. Doge has hit a nerve, and as Democrats acting like the mafia. You keep catching us stealing, and your cars are going to keep catching on fire. Doge isn't going anywhere.
Today, I'm signing a memo directing the termination of over $580 million in yearly contracts and grants.
And look at this clown. You're just a TV anchor full of nothing but snakery. They tell you what to say. Don't come out here dressing the same old cheap suit that you dressed on Fox News. Get your bullshitness out of here, Pete. And nobody needs to see no helper, Pete. Go back in the smoking pit in high school and get your face punched in so you can understand you have no power because you think you have power because you are in with a bunch of clowns. Nah, you're full of crap. Make sure y'all subscribe. We're going to continue a little more and we're going to end these fools with the last word to put them to sunder.
Effort that was supposed to take a year and cost $36 million. Instead, it's taken 8 years and is currently $280 million over budget. Another batch of DoD grants, $360 million worth this time. Decarbonizing emissions from Navy ships, $5.2 million on something that would diversify and engage the Navy. Another $9 million at a university to approach equitable AI and machine learning model.
So we're going to keep finding more fraud and we're going to keep putting more Tesla terrorists in prison and their money men. And according to liberals' own logic, you could lock up liberal politicians for
Subscribe, y'all.
But John Cusack, he looks.
Don't hate, don't be racist.
Clay Travis.
Like
found
Tesla,
out. Okay,
look.
wow. All right, the jacket. Is Tennessee playing tonight or something?
That's because he's a snake and he wants to act like he's gonna speak something with light, something about the truth. No, you can see the snake in his face. Look at him. Look at him. It's like, I'm just here to lie to you like a crocodile, man. It ain't nothing, man. I'm getting paid to lie. And I'm loving it. Doge is the man.
They're on right now going up against a team that they should be very comfortably Wofford, but it's a little bit closer than I wanted it to be, Jesse. But I appreciate you having me on it. Look, here's what's going on. You'll remember, you've heard it for a decade, 20 years, the number one danger that America's facing, the existential crisis, climate change. Who has done more from a capitalistic perspective to combat climate change than Elon Musk?
Exactly. He is the climate problem. You see how this snake lies? I told you. Snakes. See, look at his face. He's like, don't make any face, news anchor. I'm lying because I'm being paid to lie. And this guy's like, I don't know, man. Why they keep hiring more clowns that don't even know how to dress to come on my show just to talk shit to convince my father and mother of how much more greed they need to do to the world. These people are full of Hollywood games. They all need to go to Hollywood therapy to say it's over. Hollywood don't exist no more, son.
Have decided suddenly that they have to burn down Teslas, destroy the entire business, and in the process switch from electric vehicles to gas guzzling vehicles. It's one of the most outlandish, ridiculous schemes I've ever seen. And why are they mad at Elon Musk? Remember, Elon is not Tesla, right? The company is distinct from him.
Look at him. You're a snake and you're full of no counter reaction. That's because Elon has investment in the money he took from the government to create Tesla. That means he stole from the people. That's the result. When you steal from us, we burn everything down. I'm not saying I burn anything. I don't burn nothing. I'm not even in America. But these white people don't get it. You stole everything from black and brown people, native people, Latinos. We should burn everything you guys ever represent. And we don't care to have your goods. Because what you guys did is whenever we built something, you burn it down to see if we stole something from you guys. We don't steal from you guys. It's a huge world out here. There's so much more land. There's so much more space to develop. But you people want to pretend to all be in a melting pot just to rob people. That's how the thief thinks. And they want to hide behind these hedge fund companies and bullshitness and think they're a manager. No, you're managing the world's money, and they need to cut your stupid, what you call, central bank of tyranny.
He's doing is giving his labor to the American taxpayer to try to cut $1 trillion or more of waste and fraud out of our government spending. He's actually a hero.
No, cut him off before he says lies more. Let's fast forward this. We don't need to hear clowns. You know, actually, let's go to Roland Martin. Hear the truth. There's no more clown games anymore. Some of these people, it's like they need to be all muted on TV. Muted and pause and play, just so we out-talk them and get the audience and get the people to understand this is how we rule. It's all about the word. These people are sick and they need to be helped.
We are moving towards a recession. Maria Bartiromo literally asked Donald Trump about that. Now remember, this is the same guy who before, when the stock market got...
We're moving along the news, y'all. A lot of interest out here, but many people don't know how to speak the truth.
But now the stock market is doing awful, and he's saying, oh, it's...
Well, let's keep moving, Roland. We don't like that voice sound.
How many times have I
there
told
you go.
y'all that this is one of the most anti-black racist administrations we've ever seen? Check this out here.
Check it out.
The government no longer explicitly prohibits contractors from having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. The segregation clause is one of several identified in a public memo issued by the General Services Administration last month, affecting all civil federal agencies. The memo explains that it is making changes prompted by Donald Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, and inclusion, which repealed an executive order signed by President Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1965 regarding federal contractors and non-discrimination. So again, there's been a lot of reporting around this, and so the whole goal is to say all these companies that you don't have to abide by these rules that say that you can't discriminate. What do you make of this, Larry? And I keep saying that, you know, probably the most violent racist we've ever had in the White House, and this says a lot, is Woodrow Wilson. This administration wants to defund Black America. It is targeting Black people. They are anti-Black. We can go on and on, and this, of course, is just another part of that.
Yeah, this is part of, the very beginning of a long 4 years. And Roland, I was on your show last week, and I said we've been focusing on, we're using the phrase anti-DEI. We should be saying these people are pro-Jim Crow, because this is a perfect example. This strong focus on anti-DEI. You're right, it's centered on anti-blackness.
Make
It
sure
is
you're
focused on
subscribing,
dismantling
people.
all the progress
We need
that
to
was
build.
made,
We got more
and obviously
program
we
for
talk, we
y'all
show a
to
lot about
learn
great
and
society
grow
programs,
and
the
make
Voting
money.
Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act, Fair
But we
Housing
ain't
Act,
promoting.
etc. It is, and this, when he signed this executive order in the very beginning of his presidency, it was very clear about what direction, what he was trying to do here. Obviously, we talk about federal contracts, that's taxpayer money. So
They don't care. They don't care about taxpayer money. What we need to do is separate of tax. You ever heard something called STAX? Separation of tax. Simple. STAX. Stacks. Stacks. We need to create that app. Stacks. That means if you're not in my community, I'm not paying for your community. What the hell is wrong with you? My community is 6 communities around me. We have stacks. We don't need to pay for 12 countries or 12 nations, or like America want to pretend they own the whole world by paying for the whole world after they robbed it. Ridiculousness.
They're trying to dismantle, once again, all the programs that were created, that was for over decades, really over centuries, in terms of black folks, in terms of being on equal footing, or trying to get as close to equal footing. They're dismantling all those programs and using taxpayer dollars to do that. And so when Ellie was on before, we talked about, I mentioned, we have to focus on discord and not decorum. People have to be willing, and I know black people are tired, but they have to be willing when we see things like this to make sure we're heard, not just at town halls, but there's other methods we have to use to make sure that these kinds of things are reversed. Because you go back to LBJ in terms of the work he did, like I said, the Great Society program, Society and Executive Order, and now here we are, we put a president of the United States policy that says openly say, you know what, don't worry about that, don't worry about Jim Crow, just go ahead and reinstitute that, and we'll keep moving forward to make sure every program, every right that black folks have fought for decades is just eliminated, and this is once again another terrible example of that.
Work today is broken. We're all working
It's
in too
crazy.
many disconnected apps, and it's killing team productivity. But for the first time,
Nobody want to listen to any of these technologists, so-called people creating hell to separate ourselves from even communication with each other in person. Black folks, we're not like this. Let these people ruin themselves with technology. We need to understand how to have study, play, and apply, or study, pray, and apply. SPA. Stacks SPA. Okay? We make all of our economical input until the end of their wahala or end of their system. So we need to understand. We're going to move it forward a little bit, to the current time. Give you guys the now. That was almost 2 days ago news. Those, or even 24 hours ago. We're going to give you right now as to the truth behind why this is happening. And we don't watch the news only. The third we give you guys is the understanding. So we're going to go to IUIC. I know we have over 2,000,008 something people watching, 2.8. But watch. The minute I go to some truth of what's making sense in this world, the number starts dropping. That's how cold people are in terms of hearing truth. They want lies to come bring chaos in this world of, it's like people are excited about the bad guy causing tyranny, just like in the Joker. They're excited about the Joker not stopping his tyranny and constantly ruining everybody's lives. So every morning they wake up, they're in a hellish state of understanding. And they don't get it. They keep thinking, well, it doesn't matter, man. Your solutions and whatever don't mean nothing. But the truth of the matter is, folks, we're going to play y'all one more thing to the news now, and then we're going to give y'all the truth in what you call 15-minute time for y'all to understand that we don't spend time watching the news to get truth. No, we give you guys worldly view, and then we give you guys biblical views with a good amount of time frame. This is all segmentations. Because the truth is, these fools are heading towards World War III without understanding that the least of the flock shall draw them out. What does that mean? The least of the flock shall draw them out. That means those so-called Israelites or Israel in what you call our land, they're in our land in Jerusalem, which is our old land. They are going to draw America out. They are going to draw America out. That's the least of the flock shall draw them out. And Donald Trump is perfect candidate for Netanyahu Benji Yahoo to call him out. The Yahoo, Santa Claus Yahoo. Let's go, y'all. Give y'all some truth.
But ye have made it a den of thieves.
The Lord's Prayer.
And the blind and the lame.
Let's hear this out.
He went to the diaspora of the Jews that were scattered. He was not going to all races and all people. He was going to the Jews that were scattered. So how come they know that? But the smart Christian.
Let's give you guys.
Mine house shall be called a house of prayer for all people. You see that right there? For mine house should be a house of prayer for all people. Christians go crazy with that. See, everybody. But the very next verse explains who the all.
Look at that.
Next verse.
Keep watching, y'all. It's interesting. It's gonna tell you, it's gonna show you videos about things you don't see in the news, truth you don't hear.
Right, because you had Judah unto him, then you had other the scattered diaspora, like I was showing you about the Pauline letters. Now, what's the Lord's house a house of prayer for? Is it going to be for everybody? Give me Revelation 11. This is precept. Because they say, yeah, the temple's for everybody. Everybody can worship. Everybody comes. Okay. All right.
Nope. The world's not for everybody. These people are trying to take control for something they never designed or made. We never made it or designed it, but yet we were there in the beginning.
It was given me a reed like unto a rod.
They just came.
Stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of God. Rise and measure the temple of God. And the altar, and them that worship therein. And them that worship therein. Let's see if this is everybody. Watch this. But the court which is without the temple, leave out. Don't measure it. I don't care about that. Go ahead. And measure it not. Why? For it is given unto the Gentiles. The other nations is on dealing with that. God is saying, don't measure them. I'm not caring about them. I don't care about those other nations. Okay? In the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months. They Rome destroyed. The Gentile nations destroyed the temple. So God was never
Right? You see?
about the other nations. Never.
You see that? God was never concerned about these nations. Nor is he concerned about them now. He gave them a time to spoil his temple, which is the temple in Jerusalem, and the temple which is us, the black, brown people that are the saints of the world. So when the saints go marching down, that's about us. So most people don't get it. We're going to continue with IUIC. Check it on YouTube yourself. The Lord's Prayer of War in Heaven. Heaven meaning us.
Are the Israelites. Everybody see
They're
that?
not like us.
From there, give me Psalms 145 and 18. Psalms chapter 145, verse 18. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him. So the Lord is near upon all them that call upon him. Right? To all that call upon him in truth. That's right, in truth. Right? He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them. So we got to really look at that and meditate on that. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him. To all that call upon him in truth. Genesis verse 19 again. I like verse 19. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them. Okay. The Lord preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. That's some of your mothers and fathers, but of course it's the other nations as well. Okay. My mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever.
Philippians 4 verse 6. Philippians.
That's right, y'all. Basically,
Chapter 4, verse 6.
let's hear this.
Be careful for nothing, but
Be careful for nothing, don't worry about nothing.
That's right. Be careful for nothing means don't worry about nothing. These people, we should just stop listening to any newscasting. Listen to brothers that can show you the word and the truth, and then show you news that you don't see in our community, in the world. And these brothers go into that. That's why it's so interesting. This is the new news. The new gospel is to do it like this. So keep listening, y'all. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Look at these idiots on their comment. Hey, man. Yes, he's a hero. MAGA. No, clown. You're a megalomaniac. You need to go back to hell.
Okay? Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication.
See that? But by everything, by prayer and supplication. Stop worrying. What you worry for? That's what Paul was saying. Read it again.
Be careful for nothing.
Don't worry about anything. Go ahead.
No, don't bring no comments here.
By prayer.
Ignore the commenters like you ignore newscasters. Look at this goof. Red Spy Gaming. Mystic. Pull it right here. Pure bullshit talk you talk. I love it. Yeah. You love bullshit because you're chaotic.
Supplication.
It said, but in everything. Everything means everything by prayer and supplication. What's that in your?
With thanksgiving.
With thanksgiving.
Let your request be made known unto God.
See that? Let your request be known unto God.
That's right. We can't hold haters accountable. They don't take no accountability for the shit they say and do. So, our help is God, and God is coming to destroy these people. Why you think Elon Musk is Tesla's is burning? Why you think Trump is towers is burning? These people don't get it. You have no population to counteract. You're done.
From there, Psalms 34 and verse 17.
No AI is gonna counteract for you, sucker. No nerds behind the fucking walls studying people's lives or doing any counteracting.
44.
Psalms 34.
They're just scared to go confront them.
Psalm chapter 34, verse 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles.
Read again.
The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles.
Read.
The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
Contrite spirit. Go ahead.
Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all.
He's going to deliver us out of all our problems, all our troubles. All right? From there, 1 Kings 3 and 7.
Good. Let them keep dropping the numbers. Because the shadow ban effects is coming on, I can tell. They have all these algorithms set up. So they keep dropping numbers. Now the number's jumping up. Oh, now it's dropping down. Oh, well, really? We're supposed to it's supposed to resemble in people going in and out? No. It just shows you how much ungodly people are in the world. And all they want to see is the next man lie rather than hear God's word.
And these are scriptures we all must meditate on because guess what? Day by day, watching the TV, watching your little iPhone, the things we are watching, I'm saying we so no one takes it personal, chips away at our faith.
Right.
And we start to think, the Lord ain't listening to me. No, we just read, he does. He hears us, but we gotta meditate on these type of scriptures.
Meditate daily.
Kings chapter 3, verse.
Because we're taking them out. The words of spirit. By us meditating and listening and studying and praying and applying, believe me, the Lord has his angels activated, taking them down every step of the way. Every places of hiding, they're hiding. Why do you think Elon Tesla's burning like California's burning? It's because these people are done and the Lord is bringing war to them at all costs because he's not give a damn about his creation that he made with them. He's taking Satan out.
And now, O Lord my God, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father. And
So this is Solomon speaking, right?
and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart.
Look what Solomon prays for. Verse 9 again.
Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad.
Some brothers know precepts. Some brothers cannot discern good from evil. We've seen that. We've seen that throughout IUIC schools. Some brothers, you're making judgments.
A lot of brothers can't discern good from evil. All they do is give evil a pass to say, well, I mean, I can protect myself when it comes down to people being evil against me and my family. I'm okay. I got money. I'm Michael Jordan. No, clown. The money is the evil because you are greedy with the money. It's the love of it. That's the evil. That's why Satan comes to your house daily.
Cannot discern right from wrong. You know precepts, though.
And you can't discern right from wrong.
Just like Solomon prayed for a discerning heart.
Because he's always inside of you. When you have so much money, you shouldn't have.
Don't come natural. Some brothers, anyway, go ahead, Yuri. 9 again.
Survival is money, don't get me wrong, but not a lot of money.
To judge thy people.
That's it. That's all I want right there. That's all I want. Wisdom of Solomon, 7 and 7.
Now you kill people for it. For what?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 7. Wherefore I prayed,
This is Solomon again.
and understanding was given me.
See that? Wherefore I prayed and understanding was given me. Go ahead.
I called upon God, and the spirit of wisdom came to me.
That's why we gotta pray. You want that understanding.
Study, pray, and apply. Study, play, and apply. Study, pray, and apply. That's the school. H2Go. Home to go school.
James chapter 1, verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him,
like we all do, go ahead.
Let him ask of God.
We gotta pray to God. When it says ask of God, that means pray to God.
Pray. You got it.
Given to all men liberally.
They're given to all Israelite men liberally. Go ahead.
And upbraideth not.
He ain't gonna hold it back from you. Go ahead.
And it shall be given
Get
him.
blessed by listening to the word. Every given chance you get.
But let him ask in faith.
Say that again.
But let him ask in faith.
That's why I said meditating on the scriptures is meant to increase our faith. Because the things we watch day by day and our lack of reading the 4 chapters a day start to chip away at our faith.
Right.
Everybody understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. But let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
So when James talks about a double-minded man, you're here on the Sabbath, but Sunday through Friday day, you're not here in the spirit. You're not in the Bible.
Image is everything. This is our story. We got no time for clowns taking copycats of our story and pretending to profess it.
Verse 9. Let the brother of
No, that's all. Give me 1 Corinthians 14.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 14. For if I pray in an unknown tongue,
If I pray in an unknown tongue, meaning you don't know that language, because they had the Holy Spirit, they was speaking and praying in other known languages.
Like Arabic, for example, or like Italian, or all the other cracky languages.
But the individual
Make sure you understand what you're praying.
the language.
Listen to the Lord's Prayer before you
It was
understand.
not that. It was whether it was Spanish, Arabic, Parthian, whatever the language was. Read it in your.
for if I pray in an unknown tongue, my spirit prayeth, but my understanding is unfruitful.
He says, if I pray in tongues, my spirit prays, but my understanding is unfruitful. Meaning, he doesn't know what he's saying. He's speaking in an unknown language to him. He don't know the language. So when he's praying, he says, what is that going to profit me? Right?
What is it then? I will pray with the Spirit.
I will pray with the Spirit. Watch this.
And I will pray with the understanding also.
He's letting you know when you pray, understand what you're saying when you pray.
Exactly. You cannot say, you cannot say all these words that you have no understanding. My people, come away from lies. You cannot say, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever loves him shall go into heaven. That's not the meaning behind that. That means us. We are the reason why he gave his only begotten son. He gave Christ, one of our brethren, to die for us. And his blood was very pure compared to every one of us. And that's who, for God so loved the world, that he gave us a comforter.
For you. Go ahead.
I will sing with the Spirit, and I will sing with the understanding also.
And he said, if you're going to sing in the Spirit, sing with understanding. Know exactly what you're singing about. Understanding is the key. Go ahead.
Else, when thou shalt bless with the Spirit, how shall he that occupieth the room of the unlearned say, Amen, at thy giving of thanks? Seeing he understandeth not what thou sayest.
So in verse 14 down to 16, the key to prayer, he says, understand. Know exactly what you are saying. Understand.
Know exactly what you're saying.
Matthew 6.
It's true. I wish my people in the motherland can actually seek knowledge on YouTube and watch things that they fully understand, that is the reading of the scriptures, and not just some bullshit talking people or listening to a bunch of villagers in their wahalaness of no knowledge. Stop listening to your oppressors. Whether you're in Arabia, you're living in their cities, in towns, or you're in Italy or anywhere around the world, or you're in anywhere full of these people that are wicked from both sides. That's why the Daniel prophecy is coming to pass. The left hand and the right hand are both going to be ripped away. That is Christianity and Islam. It makes no sense towards the body of Christ. Christ is going to give us a new understanding as to the truth. There is no, oh, Muslim, Christian, oh, Jesus is a Muslim. No, he's not. Muslim is a religion. Faith is of God.
But the Lord's Prayer.
And religion to God is the law. Keep the law of the 10 Commandments, not man-made law, like the white man makes stupid laws
Matthew 6.
to favor his thievery.
And verse 9.
And wait for his judgment to come, because he knows his life is already doomed in hell because of his inequity. Talk about diversity, equity, inclusion. More like no diversity, non-equitable inclusion for these people and their wahala. Separate. Go back to the Caucasus Mountain. We'll chase you there.
Verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye.
So Christ is going to teach us how to pray. Now remember, the key in prayer is understanding what you are praying about.
Exactly.
Okay.
Our
Thy will be done.
which art in
Thy
heaven,
kingdom come.
hallowed be thy name.
So the first thing Christ instructs us is to pray to the Father. That's the Abba. That's the real Abba, you die. That's the real Abba. Go ahead.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Wait. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. From there, give me Daniel 2. We're going to come back here, so just keep a little something. I want to explain thy kingdom come. Give me Daniel 2 and 38.
Daniel.
And IT, give me the first images, Daniel 2. Let me see, is it verse 38 with the dream?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's where it starts?
All we need is 7 million. We don't need more
2, verse 36. This
to make the
is dream,
144,000.
and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king.
So this is Daniel speaking with Nebuchadnezzar. Okay?
Thou, O king, art the king of kings, For the God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the...
No, that wasn't the beginning. Jump up, I'm sorry, y'all. Jump up to 31 so we get the context. And don't put that on yet until we break it down.
Verse 31. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee. In the...
Let's pause it right there. Whoever that clown is on the comment, please leave the comment right now. I rebuke you. Do not speak or type, otherwise you fall sick from your foolishness, like a dog wallowing in his own mud.
On thereof was terrible.
So Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, couldn't remember it. The Spirit came on Daniel to reveal what the dream was and what it meant. Go ahead.
This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and brake them to pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain, and filled the whole earth.
Jeez.
This is the dream.
So Daniel told the dream. He told the dream. Now he's going to break it down.
And we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings. For the God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the heaven, hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold.
All right, so he explains that Nebuchadnezzar represents the head of gold. Go ahead.
And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee.
So after Nebuchadnezzar came the Persians and Media around 539 BC. That's when they came, right?
And another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth.
That was the Greeks. That was the, raise it up so I can see. Raise it up a little bit. Come on, IT, come on. You agree? All right,
that's right.
31 BC to 160 BC.
We don't care how many people watching. This is for our own edification and our people around the world in the motherland.
And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
Now, the fourth kingdom was Rome, 64 BC to 193 AD. Now, we put 64 because that was when Rome came in and took Jerusalem. That wasn't 70 AD though. Okay, go ahead.
For as
Save your
much
comments.
as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things.
And your tittering of
and iron that
watchers.
breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise.
So Rome was a powerful kingdom. Rome was very powerful, right?
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
The kingdom shall be divided. Go ahead. This is the feet and toes. Go ahead. This is America and NATO. Go ahead.
But
raise it up so we can see the dates is behind words. Can y'all raise that up? Okay. Okay, 1776 to the present day. That's what I want. EU and NATO 1441 to now. Go ahead.
But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with the miry clay.
And the reason we have 1441, that's when Spain, which is a part of NATO, started to conquer us. Right?
And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
So in these last kingdoms,
That's
America
right.
in particular, when
You're
you're
going to get education today.
destroy
The
nations,
truth.
then they allow the remnants of those nations to mingle in.
Don't need to
their
put
people.
yourself in
Like
too
in
much
America, they call it the
images of
England got the
nothingness.
same thing going on over there.
The truth is in scriptures.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with mighty clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another.
There's not going to be any true integration. We will not truly be united with these other nations. That's what the Bible's prophesying about. So if you think all nations are going to get together in harmony and friendly, like ebony and ivory, you're living in a nightmare. That's a dream world. It's not going to happen. That's what the Bible says, right?
But they shall not cleave one to another.
Don't just go to church.
Even as iron is not mixed with clay.
You cannot mix iron with clay. So God said that's how the other nations are. They cannot mingle together.
Learn the word.
Right? Why?
The
Because
true word.
When you got, like in school, they teach us, what's that curriculum? No, all nations, you got to teach about all nations. What is it called?
Why do you think he's dismantling the education industry? Why do you think he's dismantling this? Because Satan finally realized where his money's being wasted, because his money is his power. And the more he loses, the more he realizes his power is done. Notice I said his money is his power. That's what he thinks. Satan thinks that, meaning white people think that. Their money is their power to stop any threat, because they think the threat is coming from us, men, other men. They don't realize natural disaster is the biggest threat that's facing their evil and wicked ways of acting like they're protecting their interests. It's ridiculous. Listen to scripture. Listen to truth. And we ain't stopping, because this is for the times they shut off the lights so we can have a copy. We don't care about watching things. We don't care who's watching. You clowns want to play this game like people give a damn about numbers. Y'all want to get paid with numbers, and y'all want to get paid on YouTube? Send me a DM. Send me a message. Put a message on the comments. Say you want to get paid properly and be righteously on the good side of things. Don't be clowning around YouTube, sneaker peeking and whatnot like you some pervert. Watch or don't watch.
That's what you study something.
Stay or don't stay.
No, you got all nations together. You got to teach them. You got to teach about all nations. What's it called?
Listen or don't listen. Faith comes by hearing.
I can't remember.
Don't take it personal.
All nations.
This is what's going to better you and turn you into gold, by purging all the lies away from you
No matter what, we are
and making you become better in your understanding.
Huh? No. It's like multiculturalism. It's like that. It is like that. Yeah, it's that. I'm not, I can't remember if that's the name, but that's the closest I heard. Multiculturalism. They teach about all cultures. We always on the bottom, and our culture.
This is a watch party podcast. Thank you for joining. Subscribe. Don't mind my words and it's all about the Lord's word. The truth shall set us free. Don't you worry about these clowns. They're being set in chains.
So it don't work. It don't work.
Killing them softly with his word.
Over a country of all different nations. Some nations are going to have to get preparation.
Stream this if you have to as well.
No way.
Let's put it straight.
Everybody's equal. Not going to happen.
No one's equal. What we need to do, anyone that's watching, if you're part of this, stream it on TikTok. Stream it somewhere else. Let's create a chain for these people all to understand that this is a media chain that we're going to put them all in, so that they can understand that the word is going out here like water, soaking up everybody like it's water.
Generally speaking, will prefer your race to be dominated. That's what racism comes from, the word race, your race. So that's why when white people in power, they want their people in power. But for some reason, black people can't understand that. When you get a black person in power in a white culture, the black guy or black woman must submit to the society.
Exactly,
That's what
which is
happened
so
to Barack
wrong.
Obama. It would have happened with Kamala Harris. Don't think they would have did anything for black people.
It's because they're coons. We can't have a system with these people. Simple. It's coming down to that. It's always been about that. Complete separation, like the colors are separated. We don't like their women. Their men love our women, but who gives a damn? We don't need to bring them along with us. Our women got to stop envying their bullshit ways of gathering and thinking they're controlling things. They're just gathering to hate and steal and rob, and then they can't please the women that they stole and robbed and whatever. They try to be pimps, but they ain't pimping. They're full of lies, deceit, pillaging, robbing, technology serving, LGBT whacking.
It cannot happen, would not.
It's so BS. We can create everything they can create and more. And China does it already. We don't need them.
Come on. Verse 24. And in the days of these kings.
So you light-skinned brothers out here that's in the middle, if your father is black, you're a black man. Stop pretending. Stop being in the middle like a little coochie boy.
Shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom?
That's what you're seeing now. Setting up the kingdom is talking about, remember, he's still in the feet. Wait, read above it.
And then you call yourself Gucci man.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
Multiculturalism, they attempt that.
But they shall not cleave one to another.
Impossible, right?
Even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings.
And in the days of these kings, that's those 10 toes. Remember, we're in the feet. He's talking about the feet. And in the days of these kings,
shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom.
This is the beginning stages. We're learning our identity again. We're learning our true culture. Okay? We're learning who we are, that we are the children
It's
of
over now.
Go ahead, read it again, 44 again.
No time to be confused.
Shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
That's why when they ask you, brothers, what's the difference between you Israelites and the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam, this will never be destroyed. This truth will never. You might even dissolve.
All eyes on word.
IUIC, which is what they're trying to do.
All eyes on the word.
Not stop the teachings of the Bible. If there's just, and you might even, let's say they get rid of all leadership, they kill us. As long as there's one brother or one sister that knows the truth of this book right here, it's going to continue. You understand that, right?
Yeah. The kingdom shall not be left to other people.
So the kingdom's not for other races.
You got that right. They will never come to the kingdom. They will never step foot inside. They're going to be outside. Some of them going to be in the hellish state of life, far, 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 like in America, somewhere burning, under the sun. And some of them will be somewhere where they're getting okay weather and making sure they're serving their dues and making sure when we come to those cities, 5, 10, 20 cities we control, they will make sure they understand God is here. Oh my God, oh my God. Every eye will see us. But y'all can't see who Christ is. You see what I'm saying? All eyes on me.
The temple will not be a house of prayer for all races on the planet. That's not. Read it again, Yuri.
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
How plain can that get? Go ahead.
But it shall break in pieces. And consume all these kingdoms.
God's kingdom, the nation of Israel, will break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. Go ahead.
We got the master plan from the king to take a whole kingdom. He's coming. Don't you worry. Let's listen more. This is exciting.
It shall stand forever.
And it shall stand forever. Go ahead.
For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain.
Show the stone. That's right. Go ahead.
Without hands. And that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold.
So that's Christ destroying all nations, all empires,
The
Shut
great God
down.
has made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter.
Here, watch this.
And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
So it shall surely come to pass. Now,
Subscribe. IUIC courtesy. We are watching.
give me Daniel 7.
The truth shall be
Remember,
televised.
we're reading about, we're explaining, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. Go ahead. So we're talking about the kingdom right now.
The kingdom come. Let's set a chain.
Daniel,
Media
chapter
chain
7, verse
around
9.
them.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
Meaning Daniel beheld in a vision, and he saw all the kingdoms of the world fall down, destroyed. Like what? Like Babylon, Persia Media, Greece, Rome, NATO, which NATO, you got those 10 kingdoms, which include, you got Spain, you got Britain, America. He sees
Shut them down.
Now read again.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
So when you say thy kingdom come, you're asking the Lord to destroy all kingdoms on the planet. What? Go ahead.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
You got brothers that say, brothers and sisters, I used to be an Israelite. I'm not an Israelite no more. I've seen the mountaintop, right? And they say, I'm gonna just do the Lord's Prayer. I'm gonna be nice with everybody. Listen, you moron, you stupid idiot. The Lord's Prayer is about destroying all kingdoms on the planet and bringing the nation of Israel on top under Christ. That's what the Lord's Prayer is about, and we're proving it now.
Hit the BOMB.
So thy kingdom come.
And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head.
Verse again.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
That's what you want to highlight. When y'all breaking that down, that's what you want to highlight. What does that mean? All the kingdoms of the world destroyed, broke down. Go ahead.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
He saw God Almighty sitting. In order to sit, you got to have a body. Go ahead.
Whose garment was white as snow.
In order to have a garment which is clothing, you must have a body.
All eyes on me.
And you know why you want that? Because in John 4, Christians go, God is a spirit. So what do you mean by that? It means he's a puff of smoke. You idiot! It does not mean that. Go ahead.
Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
In order to have hair on your head, you gotta have a body.
All eyes on me.
Wool hair is afro hair. So what is God? A black
Man. All eyes on me.
Call your mama. We don't give a damn.
They know the Shakur comfort. They're scared.
Give me a second entrance. We're still talking about that kingdom come.
Death ain't real to us, suckers. Y'all are dreaming, vision in the night, taking y'all out. This is exciting. The gospel, the good news.
Verse 54. For in the place wherein the highest beginneth to show his city, there can no man's building be able to stand.
Do y'all see that? No kingdom can stand when God's kingdom is here. No kingdom can stand.
They ain't
So when
ready.
you say, thy kingdom come, you're saying, Lord, destroy all. That's what you're saying.
Yes, we're praying every day, every
Wherein the
night.
highest beginneth to show his city, there can no man's building be able to stand.
I was watching this fat chubby guy in Texas. What's his name? Fat white guy.
Oh, I think I know him. He's all over YouTube. Hazak, Hagee, whatever. Crazy.
He's gonna set the Democrats and Republicans together and get them in order. What the hell is this Islam talking about?
Clowns.
Going crazy for him. All Edomites in
We need to get the clowns out and bring the crowns again.
Yeah, that's him right there. Two token Negroes. This dude don't know what he's talking about.
Look at him. He's got a hernia. He looks like he's got a hemorrhoids.
There will be no democracy. There will be no Republicans.
That's why he's talking like that, trying to take the pain away.
No negotiating. Hey, just put the pictures up.
That's how he talks in the bathroom. It's like, we're gonna make it all. God's gonna make it all come together.
Micah chapter 4, verse 1. But in the last days,
In the last days,
it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountain, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it.
So when the kingdom is fully established, it's gonna be the highest kingdom on the planet. There will be no kingdom higher than it, literally. You will have to look up
Yes.
at. Right?
And many nations shall come and say, come, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
Now that starts with the house, with our people, but then give me the precept in Zechariah, I think it's 8:23. Jerry? I think it's Zechariah 8:23.
Faith comes by hearing. Subscribe as you pop in and out.
Zechariah
You can go in and out if you like.
3. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass, that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you.
Let's go back.
Micah chapter 4 and verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, come, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths, for the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
All nations are going to be forced to submit to God's laws. There's not going to be no freedom of speech.
That's right. And there ain't gonna be no, my image gotta be there. No. So you better get right with your selfie taking. Image is everything. You can't say Christ is a white man when white people are killing and robbing people and stealing everything. That's right. You can't say the oppressors are God when they're not doing anything like God. So we got to make sure people understand how to run away from their spoilage and their so-called job giving with no accountability and respect of when to tell you that they're moving forward without you at least giving you time enough to move forward as well, not just leave you like a hooker. This is how sick these people think that their system should be run. It's like as if you're always wrong and they're always right in their brutal way of administration. God. Just a management job. Don't get it personal. God damn.
Shall judge among many people.
So that first part,
They're just bad managers that done too much to be still
And
managing.
rebuke strong nations.
so that's the other nations, the other races.
Too much wrong.
Afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Now, verse 3, when he talks about judging the nations, that's when they're subdued by Christ first, then the 144 behind it. Everybody got that? They're going to be forced to obey. They will be forced. War will end when the 12 tribes are established on this planet Earth. There will be no more wars. So when we read earlier,
No mercy, no grace, just obey.
And we read in
For you have disobeyed.
Isaiah about where it says the Lord
Long
will break
enough
in pieces the nations.
to enjoy your spoilage.
Verse 3 again?
Verse 3. And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
So you think nations are willingly going to break their swords, their weapons of war, and make them farming instruments? No. They're going to have to be forced to do that. Okay?
And their spears into pruning hooks.
See, we'll read a verse and go, oh, that's so nice, peace and love. No. You got to read between the lines. That's why it says precept must be upon precept. You think Britain's going to, okay, yeah, we're just going to tear down these nuclear weapons and these missiles, and we're just going to make farming instruments. That's a black thought. That's very black. Right. All nations know is war. Every nation is trying to dominate. So here you come, Mr. White Man, Esau Edom. I want you to take that disarm these weapons, take it down, make them into farming instruments. They're going to shoot your black behind. But no weapon formed shall prosper against them. That's the thing. That's why you got to read the precepts to understand what it's saying. Go ahead, Yuri.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Honestly.
But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken it. For all people will walk every one in the name of his God.
Hold that. Get that Psalms 82 and 6. Everyone shall walk in. You mean they're worshiping Allah and Buddha? No. Psalms 82 and 6.
Psalm chapter 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High.
Now, Zechariah 12 and 8, please. Zechariah 12 and 8.
Zechariah chapter 12 and verse 8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God.
Y'all see that?
As the,
that's what I want to go back to Micah 4 and 5. Now we know who the God is with the little g. Go ahead.
For all people will walk everyone in the name of his God.
Remember in Luke, watch this. Hey. Also, you're in Luke 19, 16 around there. Be thou Lord, that one.
Luke chapter 19, verse 16. Then came the first saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities.
To have authority over 10 cities, you will be a what?
A God. That's right.
Because in order to be over 10 cities, you must subdue them. Don't think these 10 cities are just going to submit right away. They're going to test our people. They're going to test us. I think we can take them. Okay. Go ahead, read on.
And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities.
You are going to be a God over 5 cities.
That's right. That's how we're going to appear.
And another came, saying,
to rule.
Lord, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Go back, Yuri.
Wow.
Chapter 4,
amazing.
verse 5. For all people will walk everyone in the name of his God.
So if Captain Shemaiah got a place, he's over 10 cities, you got Deke, whoever it is of you men over these cities, you will be their God. Go ahead.
And we will walk in the name of the Lord our God.
We will walk in the name of the Lord. Go ahead. Our God. Go ahead.
Forever and ever.
Right. And guess what? We're not going to be teaching these kingdoms.
Yes. Black man only. Y'all white man came from us. Like a vision in the night. Nightmares. That means a bad child that our sperm produced because of inequity. Unfortunately, learn the truth and it shall set you free. But it is God's plan. So be proud and take proud out of your life. Don't be prideful. We're not proud of saying we're black and we're proud. No. We're pride in the Lord's word, our creator. We're first man. So to answer Jason Turbeville's question or whatever, man was made in God's image. Yes. Of course. You see how you have small g, God, image? That means us. We are the God of you. If you're white, unfortunately, you're not from the seed of Abraham in a sense directly, or the seed of Adam. Adam was first man that God walked with. That's Christ. So therefore, y'all are our offspring that's trying to attack us continuously like some kind of mistaken child that just don't want to respect his father. They want to say father don't exist. But y'all are giving into the hands of the other father. That means Santa Claus. That's what your parent told you, right? So that's who is AKA Satan. That's the counsel y'all got, and that's why y'all have so much hate every time we tell you the truth of what we know in the garden. The revelation that we got, y'all weren't there to get it. Y'all came in Genesis 25th. That means December 25 is your Christmas, like you're right, because of Genesis 25. You came into the world through Esau, from us. Two black parents have a black and a white child that was albino named Esau. So learn the truth. Stop questioning fools.
Our own thoughts. Give me that Matthew 5. Watch. Matthew 5.
Let's listen.
Give me, I think it's 18.
We know the truth.
I think it's 18.
Just like your parents don't know the truth, but we know the truth of your parents because we are your parents.
18. But verily I say unto you, till heaven and
In the
earth
Bible,
pass,
the word is
shall
our
go
parent.
one too. 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
If you are teaching anybody to break the least commandments, you're not going to make it. Watch this.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
So what we're
That's
doing
right.
now with our people, teaching our people the commandments, when we are lords over 10 cities, 5 cities, guess what we're going to be teaching these nations?
That's it.
We're not going to say, oh, you can eat
Just
that
like what
snake.
we're doing now. Just like what we're doing now. We're answering your questions as we go along. So you're interested in understanding the truth. The truth is not just for us to understand. The truth is for y'all too. You know why? Because y'all gonna be around the kingdom. Don't get me wrong. Not all y'all are evil. Not all y'all going to hell. Not all y'all going to captivity. It's just like not all of us are in major captivity. Some of us black folks is rich. We got businesses. Y'all leave us alone because God gave us grace now. Mercies for the weak. We were weak before because of our sins, but a lot of us are getting mercy or grace. No more mercy. Y'all better pray for mercy because that's for the weak. Y'all about to be weakened because y'all going to see God really truly exist because we're going to train y'all the real laws, the real life laws of the Bible, the book that you think you know but you hate. Well, let's continue. I love the images on this background.
Because that's not happening. They're going to keep God's laws. Go back, Yuri.
Verse 6 now, sir.
Micah 4 and 6.
Micah chapter 4, verse 6. In that day, saith the Lord, will I assemble her that halted.
We're the one that halts. We've halted, meaning we're scattered, we're destroyed as a race, as a people. Go ahead.
And I will gather her that is driven out.
We are the ones that have been driven out. He's going to gather us together.
And her that I have afflicted.
We are the ones who have been afflicted in slavery.
Thy
right?
kingdom
And I
come.
will make her that halted a remnant.
He's only gathering a remnant of us. Go ahead.
And her that was cast far off a strong nation.
He promises, I'm going to make you a strong nation again. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall reign over them in Mount Zion from henceforth even forever.
So that explains thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Matthew 5:14.
Don't be drowsed by some of these people on the news or in the comments or any of these clowns. Go back to your basement. Caucasus Mountains.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world.
We're the light of the world.
A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid.
You see that right there? A city that is set on a hill cannot be. That's what we just read in Micah 4. About the Lord's house shall be established on the top of the mountain.
Top of the mountain.
So, although it's spiritual, it's also literal.
Like where I live right now. Seeing over everything. The whole city. I control the whole city. In the sense of I manage a couple of buildings.
Ye are the light of the world. A city that
Crucial
is set
ones.
on an hill cannot be hid.
Now go back to Matthew 6.
That's my
and
community.
10 again.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. Thy
Spiritually.
kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
That's
Thy will
right.
be done in earth as it is in heaven. Now when you break that down, you've got to stress in earth. But for some ungodly reason, he calls it white man, I know why. Christians think everyone, when we die, whatever, we fly, we're going to live up in the sky, play violins, and eat hot dogs. That's not happening. That ain't happening. It says in earth. Everybody comes back to this earth again. Give me that. It says thy will be done, right, Yuri? 1 John 5:14, 1 John 5:14. When we're setting up the Lord's Prayer, understand what you are saying.
That's right.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 14. And this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will,
If we ask anything according to his will,
he heareth us.
he heareth us. What verse is that?
Verse 14.
Go ahead.
And if we know that he hear us,
And if we know that God hears us,
whatsoever we ask,
we ask,
we know that we have the petitions that we desired of him.
hey, give me his will to Psalms 48. If we ask according to his will. Ask according to his will.
Psalm chapter 40 and verse 8. I delight to do thy will, O my God. Yea, thy law is within my heart.
So if we ask according to God's will, which is his law, brothers and sisters say, maybe it's not God's will that I get married. Why do you say that? He said it's not good that man should be alone. So what makes that stupidity come into your thought? Just get yourself together. Fix yourself. Work on yourself. There's a man, there's a woman for every man. Okay? Give me James. Well, I've been praying, and the Lord ain't blessing me. Okay. James chapter 4.
James chapter 4.
I want read verse 1.
Verse 1. From whence come wars and fightings among you?
Why do you have problems in your house, problems in your mind, problems in your soul? Go ahead.
Come they not hence, even of your lusts that war in your members?
So James talking about prayer. Why things go wrong for us in our lives. It stems from our lusts. It stems from our lusts. Go ahead.
Ye lust and have not.
You lust and have not.
Ye kill and desire to have.
You kill, you hurt people and desire to have.
And cannot obtain.
You still cannot obtain that which you want. Go ahead.
Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not.
When it says you ask now means you don't pray. You're not praying for it. You're doing your own will to try to accomplish things, but prayer never enters the equation. Read.
Ye ask,
you pray. Ask means to pray. Ask means to pray.
Okay.
Ye ask and receive not.
So now you say, I'm praying, but I'm not receiving what I'm praying for. Go ahead.
Because ye ask amiss.
Because you're praying for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Go ahead.
That ye may consume it upon your
Lust.
So you
Oh
gotta
my
examine
God.
yourself. I'm praying for
God
a wife.
knows it
You're
all,
praying a
for
husband.
real.
You ain't getting nowhere. Why? Why do you want a wife? Is it because you want a family? No. Well, why do you want a wife? I want sex. I never heard that. I was in Netherlands and I asked a young man, why do you want a wife? He said, because I want sex. That's why you're not ready for a wife. Because you're a perv. You are a pervert. A dirty perv. And you think a man like that will stick around after he busts, excuse my language. After he does his thing, he ain't bringing no family with her. After he releases, okay, thank you. I'm very rude in speech. After he releases, he has no more connection with her. He will lay in the bed and play video games and wait till you come home and have sex. You will work, you'll come home and he's like, oh, thanks. Yeah, these are whoremongers. This is what happens. Okay, this is what we gotta realize. Read that again, Yuri.
Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust.
Sisters are the same way. Some sisters just horny. That's it. They don't want to be with a man. They don't want to respect a man. They don't want a man tell them what to do, but then they want a husband. And then they get a weak, mealy-mouthed marshmallow man, and she pushes him around and says how much she can't stand him because he's a yellow makes me sad, brother. And then she goes up and cheats on him. And the whole family just crumbles and falls apart. Read that again, Yuri, verse 3.
Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss.
To ask amiss means you're praying for the wrong reasons. Okay?
That ye may consume it upon your lust.
All you want a wife for is your own lust. You don't give a damn about family. Nothing. Nothing at all. Give me Zechariah 14. Remember what we're talking about. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Zechariah 14, please.
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 14. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem. And the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together.
That's right. We're going to take all the nations down. Go ahead.
gold, and silver, and apparel in great abundance.
Now, Zechariah 14 ties in with what we read in Micah 4 and other scriptures, Daniel 7 as well, Daniel 2 as well, right?
And so shall be the plague of the horse, of the mule, of the camel, and of the ass, and of all the beasts that shall be in these tents as this plague. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left,
Key word, left, go ahead.
That's right. Let me answer another comment on there. Left. The Dems got you, buddy. Seek truth. You got it. The truth shall set us free from the demons, which is you people. Calling yourself in the right and your people in the left. Liberalism is all your people full of clowns. So we no longer see two different dogs. We see one dog wallowing in his own vomit.
all the nations which came against Jerusalem.
So everybody ain't going to be destroyed that came against Jerusalem. There's going to be some nations left, right?
Shall even go up from year to year to worship the king.
Remember it says, 10 nations shall take hold of the skirts of him that is a Jew. So we will go with you. We also read in, what did we read? Help me. We read Luke 19, be thou Lord over 10 cities, be over 5 cities. And I told you it takes time to subdue these nations. So here it's saying, read that again, Yuri.
But it's gonna be fun.
It shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Now think about it. All nations have their own phony celebration. China, they got dog year, monkey year. What all this foolishness? Imagine being over China, and you gotta say there is no more year of the monkey. There's no more year of the cat. It's not a cat, by the way. You're gonna go up to Jerusalem to worship the King, and they go, no, I not. No, I not. You a nigga. You nigga. We don't go. We don't go. And you gotta make examples. Because you got thousands of Chinese people watching. You say, okay. Yeah, look at that. You got year of the pig, year of the rat, year of the ox. You got to get them to stop celebrating this idolatry. Because that's what it is, idolatry. And they're not going to willingly say, okay, it's not going to happen.
They're gonna say, nigga, you can't tell me nothing, nigga.
Okay, they don't want to obey. They're going to have to kill them. Let's say,
Kung Fu on your way.
2000, we're going to make an example of it and slaughter you, so that the others will fear. You know, Esau did that to us. They did the same thing to us. How you think we speak these languages and change our names? Because we just submitted willingly? No, they killed a lot of us. They made examples of us. All right, everybody got that, right? So we're going to do the same thing with these other nations. Read on yours.
Verse 17, and it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain.
Now, on top of that, they're not going to have no rain. No rain means no crops. No crops when the animals in your land die. No animals in your land with no rain means you die. These nations are talking about.
The clock is ticking.
The family of Egypt,
Now he gives an example. And if the family of Egypt, go ahead,
go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of
so
Tabernacles.
whoever don't want to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles, they're going to get it. Go ahead.
This shall be the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations.
Some nations, Yuri.
All nations.
All nations.
That come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
That's thy will be done.
Thy will be done
You understand this?
in earth. Wow.
Isaiah 66:23.
Amazing. I finally appreciate understanding now. Wow. This is so great.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord.
Everybody's going to be made to keep the Sabbath, and everyone's going to be forced to keep this new moon. Every month,
Wow. So some of you white folks that's going to be around the kingdom and in the kingdom with us, but not close to the king. You're not going to know the king. You're just going to be around like a average person. Y'all better just rejoice in serving us because we're going to be kind. Not like y'all. We're going to be a lot more better, but if you get out of line, we're going to smell it out of you. That's the power of authority and security we are going to be blessed with. That if you become something of a terrorist or something of a weirdo or something of a thief that you think you're so clever geniusly, we're going to smell it out of you. I don't know where we're going to peer into you, just like you see on the screen with Bishop appearing out of the whirlwind suddenly and then take you away with the wind just to straighten your punishment. Quicker than you can ever imagine. You wouldn't even realize till you get swept away to a faraway location with your wicked hiding behind the curtain, trying to take all the Dorothys of the world because they're just foolish virgins.
Every month you got 4 Sabbaths, and you got to celebrate.
And all the dumb tin mens, and then you have the fake lion.
Everybody got that? That explains thy will.
And the scarecrow, which is the delinquents.
From there, read on back to Matthew 6 here. Back to Matthew 6.
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
In earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread. Give me Sirach, Ecclesiastes.
That is very, you got to read through the words. We got to read between the words. In earth, not as it is in heaven, so shall be done on earth. No, it shall be done in earth as it is in heaven.
For life is water and bread and clothing and in house to cover shame.
So,
that's
Jesus,
right.
the son of Sirach, is explaining the chief thing for life is water.
Wow, the chief things of life is what, like, this is what they're depriving us of. And they don't understand they're the wicked. Depriving they're depriving us of that based on the fact of economics. And they want to continuously believe their way of life is us paying them taxes and living a life of servitude. It's just ridiculous. And now they're used to their whole way of bullshit trying to maintain that. White people, just quit your job and just play video games all day and just get paid to manage the shit that comes between your legs. Please, don't worry about managing us. God damn, we managing our own self. No more tax paying.
Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage.
No more owning our banks.
In another man's
Respect.
house. Have your own.
Just like we have our own houses, our own bodies, our own tabernacle, you have to respect us. We need our own bank. You can't stop it. You can't burn it. You can't come wickedness. You can't bring evil and try to solve your problem because you go into fear. The minute evil shows you there's a double side of this coin. You assholes. Just take it and lose your pride and apologize and repent and try to do better by telling your colleagues to realize it's a coin toss. It's just a coin toss. Y'all had it first for a minute, but it seemed like a month, and y'all about to lose it. Now the playground is going to be controlled by the bigger bully. That's right. Donald Trump is a clown with short fingers that cannot punch. It's like the boxing ring. Get it straight. Iron Mike or Donald Trump and his Wahala full of crap. One punch, Donald Trump is sitting there like a retard. Like Superman. Fell off the horse.
At all. Read. Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house.
Because if you got a little or you got a lot, it's yours. content with that. Hold thee contented. Go ahead.
For it is a miserable life to go from house to house.
It's a miserable life. You're going from house to house. Okay?
For where thou art a stranger, thou darest not open thy mouth.
Because it ain't yours. It ain't yours. Give me Proverbs 30 and 8. Proverbs 30 and 8. This is what Solomon said. Pay close attention.
Proverbs chapter 30, verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies.
So in his
Straight
praise,
up.
Lord, take vanity and lies from me. Okay?
Give me neither poverty nor riches.
In his prayer, he says, I don't want to be poor and I don't want to be rich. He's going to explain why.
Feed me with food convenient for me.
You see that right there? Give us this day our daily bread. Feed me with food convenient for me. Okay?
Honestly, wow. It's best to be balanced in this life. You can't call yourself a billionaire, trillionaire, or multimillionaire without understanding the death that's around that, unfortunately. You're a clown on wheels and you're going to hell faster than a trick with a handbasket.
Lest I be full.
Because if not, I will become full,
and deny
and I'll
thee.
start to deny you. And that's what the rich do. Right?
And say, who is the Lord?
Who is the Lord? Because I'm rich. That's what he's saying. Right?
Or lest I be poor
He said, but if I be poor,
and steal.
I'll start to steal. If I don't have
Mm-hmm.
food that's convenient for me, I will steal. Go
That's
ahead.
right,
And take the
unfortunately.
name of my God in vain.
And I'll take the name of the Lord in vain. 1 Timothy 6 and 6.
What we're reading the Bible. That's right. The truth shall set us all free. It's not only for black people, it's for white people as well. It's a double-edged sword.
Chapter 6, verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Godliness with contentment. Why does it say godliness?
All
Godliness,
people.
learn who you are.
Learn who you are.
God's laws, his moral laws, civil laws, ceremonial
And be
laws,
true to who
dietary
you
laws.
are and try to understand the turns that it
But
takes.
godliness with contentment
Be content
is great gain.
is great gain. Some people,
Don't
some brothers,
give
some
in to
sisters
wickedness.
Are not content with that. Are not content. I know sisters always looking for the come up.
Always looking for come up in wickedness. People are wicked.
You can't be with a blue collar worker. I'm not talking about nobody. I'm talking about me. Look at these.
No, but that's the thing, Bishop. A lot of sisters and brothers and even people that want to come into truth and good, they don't understand. They keep running to the wickedness with being tricked. They're being tricked. Meaning, like, it doesn't start off with giving them a job. It just starts off with trying to pretend that there's an interest of their talent and whatever it is that makes them. And then all of a sudden, these rich people, that's why there's multimillionaires that have no money, no understanding, but yet they suddenly get a contract and get these big money and become Donald Trumps and Elon Musk. And then you see all these people start doing is pimping, trafficking, using people and making them act in ways like a cheap-ass pimp doing risky business. It's just ridiculous. Building hotels just to pimp people. It's just ridiculous. And then they want to put that on us, thinking that's what we do. No. They build jails and hotels, and that's their entire stock market business. It's just ridiculous. Taking over lands for that reason.
Talking YouTube. I mean, he gotta be to pop the balloon. He gotta be 6 foot, such a 6'6", 6-pack stomach, and make 6 figures. Well, sister, you're 5'2", short, fat, and round, and you're a bum. Why would he want you? Yeah, this thing's crazy. Yuri, where we at?
Verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world.
For we brought nothing into this world.
And it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content.
Exactly. Be content, especially women. You guys are driving discontentment. Believe me, you're driving a lot of discontentment because your guys are the ones running around looking for the money, For the love of the money is the root of all evil. That means if you guys are driving that, especially black women, if you guys are driving the hate based on the fact of your needs being met, and when you look towards the fathers and brothers and other people, you're not content, even though you have food enough in your fridge, you can pay your rent, you know how to get by. You understand that this world is wicked. The more you keep using your body and your so-called prettiness is the more you lose your soul. Just please, my daughters and some of my mothers, because my mother's generation is different and my sister's generation is different. I hope and pray that you guys stop chasing the money, using your so-called wanting of a person that makes a lot of money in a job you don't even know what they do. You can't even prove what they do. And two, you keep trying to get a come up in other ways of doing the most. Stop it. Your job in this world is to get a husband before 25 years old and talk to this man to honestly understand faith, that God is really true, and get yourself some kids and protect and teach and become very faithful woman. That is the position, the daughters of Sarah, which is my daughter's name, Sarah Sunshine. That will be a brand that is going to change a lot of our little girls, and ultimately our brothers will be changed by clockers in terms of mindset. So this podcast is in fact, they are under fear because of this reason. Let's continue.
Some sisters are not content with that.
Be content.
More and more. Most brothers only get a house because of the woman. If brothers were single, we have a little apartment. You don't need all this stuff.
That's what I have right now.
With a long chair,
That's
a
it.
crooked TV on the wall.
That's what I have. I made it the best. Now you're seeing it, the result on your screen. Isn't it glorious? We are so creative and so great with our inputs and outputs. If we just understand how to listen to each other, how to distribute content, and how to make and build our communities, believe me, economics will be in such a level that it will be called exonomics. We are multiplying. We're not like these fools. They're adding and subtracting and dividing like a bunch of clowns that don't understand multiplication.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's it. That is it. Ah!
Yeah. Get excited.
We don't need all this other stuff. It's them. It's them.
They all like women, unfortunately. This is what it means. The devil was envied by the woman. Black women, you envied these people. That's as simple and plain as it goes. That's why you want so much that you don't need. It's just simple. Teach your daughters, don't want so much. Don't get the latest iPhones. Stop using the money as a way of judgment. Understand contentment. Speaking directly to my unborn children. Thus says the Lord.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. The hell is this? Yeah, that's it right there. I told you when I get home, clean the house.
And unborn children that's in this situation now, all of you. Thus says the Lord. Let's get it together. Look at that.
I told you before, and I'm warning you again.
Oh my God, that looks like my ex.
You ain't no damn.
Oh God, that looks like me. Yep. They're so violent, like a bird. Like a violent, what you call, owl, or
And she got on Facebook and said you're short, you're fat,
what's that called? Eagle.
your paper don't work.
That's what the eagle turned them into. Bishop, that's what the ego turned him to, like a crazy wild ego trick. She just want to use her hands and fight you.
But a lot of them, not all of them, some of them cannot be satisfied.
Crazy.
I'm tell you, but wait, let her get her mind.
Insatiable.
You're gonna be. Oh, remember the brother in Florida? He got the wife. He said, she's off the market. And she said, I want you to get rid of that car. He had a Dodge or something. She said, I want you to get a Audi. Yeah, some of those Audis, the ignition is not under the steering wheel. It's in the center of the car. He went and got this car. The oil changed. It's like $400. The maintenance on that car is astronomical. The brother had to go and get 2 jobs to pay the rent and pay the car note and the maintenance. 2 jobs.
Wow.
He lost 1 job. He was scared to tell her. He would get his sandwich, put it in the bag, drive that 2 blocks away and just sit in the corner. Sit in the car. Like, this is a fact, true story. True story. He was scared to go home and tell her. I ain't lying, they know the story too. Yeah, this sister destroyed this brother.
Remember the brother shriveled up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
He was a diesel brother.
That looks like somebody I know. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Wow. These guys got images. Yo, that looks like somebody I know.
He was just so deceived by the sister's pretty face.
Holy shit.
You gotta look
Excuse my language. Wow. Jeez.
She ended up leaving him.
Jeez.
For Tyrone. She ended up leaving him for Tyrone.
Wow.
You better call Tyrone. That's the fear of the faith right there. Call him. The hell is this? Where we at here? Verse 8. Okay, we at 8. Now why are we here?
Content.
Huh?
Daily bread.
Oh, content. Content. Being content. Hey,
Be
there's a
content.
president. He said women can never be satisfied. He said God gives them eyelashes. What does she do, Mugabe? What does she do?
Mugabe,
Go
yes.
out and buy fake ones
He
and
said
stick them on the eyelids. God gives them hair. She's not content. She goes out and buys a wig made of animal hair or sheep or whatever she does, put on her hair. God gives her a booty. She's not content. She says, I gotta go get another booty. And she gets a fake butt and a fake breast. And then
Honestly,
said,
why?
If God cannot satisfy these women, don't kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself.
Waste your time. I thought that was so.
They're competing. They're competing with each other, Bishop. These women are so twisted. My sisters, stop being like this. Who cares? You're not looking good for yourself or your other sisters judging you. Who gives a damn? Be real and content with God and you will get the same. Otherwise, you realize you're living a life of a lie and it just sucks.
To the size they want, if even God can't satisfy them, then who are you to think that you can please them? My brother, don't kill yourself.
That's it. That's it. Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah! Oh, they ain't clapping. This side ain't clapping. Black niggas are staying. Yeah, where we at?
Verse 8, and having food and raiment, let us be therewith content.
Have food and raiment and be content. Go ahead.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation.
Now, if you decide you want to be rich in this world, he's not saying anything wrong with being rich, but if that's your goal, watch what he says. Read again.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into
Like
many
Diddy.
foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
Watch.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted
See
after,
the key word, coveted. Remember the last commandment, thou shalt not covet.
No
When you
covetousness.
covet, you will go against God's laws to achieve what you want. That's the danger in it. That's why in verse 9, it talked about
Looks like Diddy.
snare, foolishness, and hurtful lust. Why? Because you're coveting, you're breaking God's laws to attain wealth.
Right.
You're not getting it organically.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're in, got a certain education or things of that matter. You're not going that route. It's in us too long. I'd rather steal, kill, destroy, or spread the booty cheeks.
Thy kingdom
That's what people
come.
do. And they get wealthy. No, God says, don't do that. Don't be content. Read on your read.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after,
OnlyFans. Why do you want that? Who was the sister that, I don't know, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Ain't her name China, Black China? She made like millions of dollars. Was that her? $250 million on OnlyFans. That is easy. That's what this is about. Why? Because men will pay you to see.
She never made that money.
Where it does not belong.
She never made that money. Now she's burning in hell somewhere, Bishop. It's just a propaganda. This is what they do.
Look at this thing. Then you want to marry her. I bet you if she walked in here, somebody will be all on it. You ain't satisfying this. I'm just telling you. Hello, hello, hello. You getting with her is like, what did Adele Gibbons say? You doing a TikTok, what's
like,
TikTok in a whale's mouth?
It's like a clock in the hallway.
What the hell is this? And you trying to get with her. Okay. Barry, where are we?
for the love of
Clock
money.
in the hallway. Oh my God. Ah, nasty. That looks like the image.
She got bodies on top of bodies. Hello, hello. Somebody come get me. You get me. Get me.
Okay. Oh my God. Let's continue. Let's forward a little bit.
Don't take eggs you got. Reach in your mouth.
If you forgive not men their trespasses,
If filled with hatred.
neither will your Father forgive your
A
trespasses.
lot of these other Israelite camps are not getting the kingdom because they don't understand that basic verse right there. And it's not that we've ever done anything to them. It's a hatred based on jealousy, envy. They're better than us, so we must hate them. Why don't you just join us, work with us, or just learn from us? How about that? But no, it's too hard.
I know, brothers are too hateful.
1 John 1 and 9.
They lost in the money.
1 John chapter 1, verse 9. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness.
Go ahead.
If we say that we have not sinned,
Brothers and sisters, never get in your mind to say that. Some people say, oh, I've never done anything. That's a lie. Read that again.
if we say that we have not sinned, we make him a liar.
You make God a liar.
And his word is not in us.
And your word, his word is not in you. When you say you've done nothing wrong, you are an angel from heaven. That's a lie. That's a lie. Give me Sirach 28 and 1. Ecclesiasticus 28 verse 1. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those that sin against us. That's what it means. That's what it's saying.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 28 and verse 1. He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord.
That's get back. When you want to get that, get back. You're going to get vengeance from the Lord. That's why they got laws. Esau got laws where if somebody like breaks in your house, you can defend yourself, take them down, whatever. But if that person is running away from the house and you decide, I'm going to shoot him anyway, in the back, that's when the law comes down on you.
He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord, and he will surely keep his sins in remembrance.
Okay.
Forgive thy neighbor the hurt that he hath done unto thee.
So this is part of the Lord's Prayer. Forgive thy neighbor the hurt that he hath done thee.
So shall thy sins also be forgiven when thou prayest.
That's forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgive us of our
That's right.
sins as we forgive
Amen.
those who sin against
We
us.
pray.
Right?
One man beareth hatred against another, and doeth he seek pardon from the Lord?
That's what we said with the other camps that hate us. You think you're going to get pardoned by God and you hold hatred for us who've done you no wrong? Who we don't even know you? Go ahead.
He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself, and doeth he ask forgiveness of his own sins?
From there. from there, give me Matthew 18:21, the parable. Matthew 18:21. Forgive us our debts.
This is coming from the Bible. We're not just talking.
As we forgive those who sin against us. Matthew 18, verse 21.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? Jesus saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
Woo! Go ahead.
Therefore,
Now let me explain something to y'all about that, because you might get something. A brother steals from you. You bring him over your house, he steals from you. And then he said, I'm sorry, brother, I stole from you. Yes, you can forgive him. Does that mean you got to bring him back into your house? No. You can be brotherly from a distance. We brothers, but you stay over there, I'm going to be over here.
That's what it is.
You understand that?
Sometimes you gotta just forgive your brothers by keeping a distance. But don't be mean. Don't have beef. Understand reasoning.
is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents.
He owed 10,000 talents. Go ahead.
But
that's 750 ounces of silver. Go ahead.
But for as much as he had not to pay,
he had nothing to pay,
his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife, and children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying,
Hey, and you know what? You see that commanded him to be sold. Hold on, I just want to show this is a side note. Get Leviticus 25:39.
Leviticus chapter 25, verse 39. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as an hired servant, and as a sojourner. He shall be with thee, and shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee.
So when the Bible talks about slaves or servants obey your masters, that's what it's talking about. Go back to the parable in Matthew 18.
Yes, sir. Verse 20.
It's not talking about chattel slavery. Everybody understand that? You owe money. You can't pay back. You poor. You broke. So now you got to work for me, or I'm going to sell you to somebody and get my money back. That's how it was. Go ahead, Yuri. What verse?
Verse 25.
Go ahead.
But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and children and all that he had, and payment to be made.
See that part? And payment to be made. He had to pay that money back. Right?
The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all.
So he's begging. Right?
Then the Lord of that servant was moved with compassion, and loosed him, and forgave him the debt.
He forgave him all his debt. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
That's right.
But
Forgive
the
us
same
our debt
servant
as
went
we
out
forgive our
and
debtors.
found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence.
100 pence. Right?
And he laid hands on him and took him by the throat.
Laid hands, meaning he started to whoop the dude, beat him, right? And took him by the throat, right?
Saying, pay me that thou owest.
Where's my money, man? Where's my money, man? You got money for a mustache, right? Remember that dog? Still eat with a woman, said, where's my money, man? Where we at? Some data on what I'm talking about.
Verse 29.
Family Guy, that was it. Family Guy, somebody owes Stewie money. Yeah. Put that up. Go ahead.
And his fellow servant fell.
No, wait.
Yes, sir. But the same.
No, IT, y'all ain't got, you can't play it.
Can't see cartoon in this
Where we get a
movie.
strike?
We'll see.
Sure. All right, if we get a strike, it's Alicia's fault.
Let's see. Hopefully you can see cartoon. No, can't see it. It's 2D.
Yeah. So, it's been 24
Let's see.
hours. Got my money?
You know what, just
No.
wait till next Friday, I'll have it for you.
Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn I said have it today.
Yeah, I don't have it, sorry.
Oh, well, all right then. That's cool, OJ. What the hell? Yeah, that feels so good, does it? Yeah, that's what happens, man. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what happens.
hands on him and took him by the throat, saying, Pay me that thou owest. And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, Have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. And he would not, but went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt. So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their Lord all that was done. Then his Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant, I forgave thee all that debt, because thou desirest me. Shouldest not thou also have had compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee? And his Lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors, till he should pay all that was due unto him. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if ye from your hearts forgive not everyone his brother their trespasses.
Wow, that's some heavy stuff right there. So that deals with forgiveness. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Meaning forgive us of our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Jury, let's go back to Matthew 6.
Sir. Matthew chapter 6, verse 13. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
So from there, give me James 1 and 12. Lead us not into temptation. James 1 and 12.
James chapter 1 and verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust.
So Satan tempts you based on your own lust, whatever is in you. Whatever is in you, Satan takes a look around in your soul, in your spirit, and sees various things that you've been battling with since your childhood. And he uses that to tempt you. Read that again.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. That then, when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
Luke 8:13, please. Luke 8:13.
Luke chapter 8, verse 13. They on the rock are they which, when they hear.
Now these are the types of, this is a type of Israelite that comes into the God and into the truth, right?
They on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy, and these have no root.
They don't study, they don't pray, they don't apply, okay?
Which for a while believe.
For a while you believe.
And in time of temptation fall away.
See that? And when temptation comes, you fall out this truth. Give me
That's what they do.
Ecclesiastes 2:1-5.
The minute you show them something from the world, and you show them something from the word, they fall out.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So he's letting you know temptation will always be there. Prepare yourself. Christ was tempted. We're tempted. Always, everyone. Okay?
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
It says constantly endure what you're going through, right?
And make not haste in time of trouble.
What does that mean? It means don't leave this truth like we read in Luke 8:13. That in time of temptation you fall away. That's what it means, and make not haste in time of trouble, right?
Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Increased at thy last end like the prophet Job, right?
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Understand that there's a reason why you're going through what you're going through, right?
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Whether you lose a job, a career, family member, loved one, if that changes you to a low estate, it says be patient without change to a low estate, right?
For gold is tried in the fire.
You are that gold. That brother, that sister, they are that gold, right?
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
The furnace of adversity is what burns out all the impurities in our hearts, in our souls, right?
That's verse 5.
Okay. Now read the next verse. I like the next verse.
Yes, sir. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him.
Give me 2 Peter 2:9. 2 Peter 2:9.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation.
So the Lord knows how to deliver the godly, not the pervert, the godly out of temptation. Okay?
And to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
Give me Revelation 3 and 10. There's another aspect of temptation, how the scriptures use it another way, a more deadly way.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
You've obeyed the scriptures.
I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
See that right there? The hour of temptation. Go ahead.
Which shall come upon all the world.
Which shall come upon all the world.
To try them that dwell upon the earth.
What is this hour of temptation? Give me Revelation 18:10. That shall come upon all the world.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour, is thy judgment come.
Come down to 17.
Verse 17. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster, and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning.
So the smoke of Babylon burning,
saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour, is she made desolate.
That is the hour of temptation. Give me the Facebook post, please. The Facebook post.
The hour of temptation.
IT? Yeah. How long is that? Is it long? 4 minutes? Give me the first 3 minutes.
Few particulars that make all of our from New York are just incidental. The problem exists because white people think they're better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is the big, I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
And what do you
White people think they're better than others.
I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with the man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama. And I can say you, because you're part of the whole system, you profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You can walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated.
Right! Yeah!
Yes, contamination.
I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him.
Especially in the food system.
Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow. I think the problem is so bad that we can have no understanding at all.
You don't just have hate because you don't like the truth.
No.
It just sucks that we all still existing to this hate because of our inequity.
He's cutting these so I'm cutting head at the same time. That's all. I like that. That's good clip. So I get a chance. Yuri, where were we at? Go back to Matthew 6.
Sucks, man.
Yes, sir.
They
Matthew
just think
chapter
it's
6,
not a
verse
problem.
13.
It's what it is.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
It's
For
nightmare
thine
land.
is the kingdom,
Leave.
and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen. So Christ taught us how to pray. So I take it that we all have a better understanding of the Lord's Prayer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I found interesting, the brother
That's
said,
amazing.
Jesus is contaminated. I love that line. So give me that. Now, we often look at this book. I love this book. But it's mainly for the people, the new people who don't know. Read that, Yuri.
The Tale of the Borgia Pope in 9 crowded chapters by John Bond.
Uh-huh. Come on. Zoom in on the bottom.
It is an open secret that Caesar Borgia, the son of Pope Alexander, had posed for it.
Hey, let's clear that area right there. That section. Everybody, let's move that area right there. Get some seats further back or come up here to the front. All right. Yuri,
Yes, sir.
where we at?
People.
Okay. Go back to the bottom again. I didn't.
Bullshit images. We can't
Alright, read it
see
again.
them
It is
because
an open secret
no
that
need to see
Caesar
them.
Borgia,
No
the
more.
son of Pope Alexander, had posed for it.
Uh-huh.
We need to see those
this
fake
book here
images
says
no
Caesar
more.
Borgia, that's Salvatore's savior. That's Caesar Borgia. This is the one all Christians pray to. The smart Christian, the dummy, Corey, I think that's his name. All the rest of these Christians, they pray to this right here. Give me the next one. Bottom.
We don't need to see these images. See, you
Bust
can't
of
see
the
them on the
Savior,
green
posed for
screen.
by Caesar Borgia.
And what black Christians tend to do is, oh no,
Is
we don't
they're
pray
not
for white
real.
Jesus. They're lying. They're lying. This is why there's not one video of them speaking against the white Jesus, because they all pray to him.
They're as fake as
That's Caesar
Eminem
Borgia
as a
right there.
rapper.
Next one. Read that.
The penitentiary of Civita Castellana,
Mhm.
where it may be seen to this day. The muse of history must have been in her most ironic mood when she permitted the face of Caesar Borgia to appear as the patron saint on the walls of a penal institution. Likeness of both Caesar and his sister Lucretia, as well as of Alexander VI himself, appear in various guises in the frescoes of Pentaricchio,
That means artists.
both on the ceiling of the church of Santa Maria del
It's just like
Popolo
Eminem
and
trying to
in the
rap and
Borgia
be like
apartments
Tupac.
in the Vatican.
So
Fake.
the 1400s,
Nobody listen to your bullshit. It ain't rap.
Leonardo da Vinci
He's doing
and
folk
many other
music.
artists, but he's an artist. Caesar Borgia, his father Pope Alexander VI, his sister Lucretia as the images of the Renaissance Jesus Christ, the white Caucasian image of Jesus. Daniel 11:36, please. Daniel
It's so simple and
11:36.
plain.
Daniel,
We didn't
chapter
see that in the
11,
rap
verse
music. huh?
36. And the king shall do according to his will,
Let's talk about the white man, go ahead.
and he shall exalt himself.
So it started with Antiochus Epiphanes, but it also brings us to today's time period. Read that again.
And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god.
So he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god. Go ahead.
And shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods.
And shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods. That's the Most High. Go ahead.
And shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. But that is determined shall be done.
Notice it says, and shall prosper. This man, this white man I'm talking about, has prospered since their inception in all the evils that they have spoken against this Bible. Give me the precept, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. They have prospered. And people think, well, if he's lying, then why is he so prosperous? Because Satan is working with him. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
This notice is saying the same exact thing as Daniel 11:36. Go ahead.
Or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of
Look at
God,
that.
showing
Look
himself
at that
that
BS
he
image.
is God.
He shows himself that he
Look at that
is
BS image.
God. Revelation 13,
Pretend. These are like Barbie dolls. Pretend, man.
verse 6 and 7.
People are not real. They'll not come back ever.
Revelation chapter,
We're going to read 6 to 8.
yes, sir.
They just use different images.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 6.
Start at 5. Start at 5.
Verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great
They're not as
things
famous
and
to come
blasphemy.
back
This
to
is
be
talking
known.
about the same thing Paul talked about in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4.
So if y'all see
The same
Tupac
thing
face
Daniel
coming back,
alluded to in Daniel
you best know that
11:36.
we
Go ahead.
prove
And power was given unto him to continue
That man
40 and 2
is
months.
God.
And he opened his
And he's a
mouth
black
in
man.
blasphemy against God,
In blasphemy against God of gods. Go ahead.
to blaspheme his
To
name
blaspheme his name.
and his
That's
tabernacle,
the Israelites
and them that dwell
The
in
godly
heaven.
and
form.
the angels in heaven. So
Woe
he
and
just
three
blasphemed. Go
times.
ahead.
And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them.
See that part? And to overcome them, they prospered. When this white man came against us, everything they did went in their favor. Go ahead.
And power was given him over all
In
kindreds,
fact, this white man got so much power, he dominates, he rules the earth. That's what it means. And power is given him over all kindreds. Go ahead.
and tongues and nations.
Watch this.
And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him.
See that? And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. Him. Put his Caesar back up there. Everybody acknowledges this white man is God and Jesus. Right, yours?
such
All that
lies.
dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation
What a
of the
lie.
world.
Now, Christ wasn't slain from the foundation of the world. The wicked were chosen to be wicked from the foundation of the world.
My
They were
goodness.
chosen to be slain from the foundation of the world. Just like the righteous was chosen from the foundation of the world, there was the wicked. God said, this group over here is going to be the wicked. This group here is going to be the righteous. Everybody understand that?
Right.
All right, I hope you do. From there. Give me Revelation 1 and 1. I'll show you something.
The wicked is
Christians
chosen
were so
to be
angry
slain.
That I said,
Wow.
Satan was
That's the
not kicked
clue.
out of heaven. They said, well, you don't know the scriptures. They said, in fact, you are a dummy. Talking about me. They said, Satan, there was war in heaven in Revelation 12. Okay, let's deal with Revelation 12. Let's see what that's talking about. Revelation 1 and 1, please. Pay attention to the wording.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
What century was this book written? Anybody know? The first century. The first century. Go ahead.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Stop. You want to highlight that right there. Things which must shortly come to pass. Meaning what we're about to read in the book of Revelation are things that are about to come to pass in the future, not the past. Everybody understand that? Revelation chapter 1 verse 1 says these things will come to pass in the future. Now let's go to chapter 12.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1.
Wait, let me look. Bear with me. Revelation 12 and read 7 to 10. First, I'm going to go back to 1, but read 7 to 10.
Yes, sir. Revelation chapter 12 verse 7. And there was war in heaven.
This is what they use.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
Wow.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength.
So wait a minute. Look at the wording. After Satan's cast down, it says, now is come salvation. Go ahead.
And strength in the kingdom of our God.
Where is it? Where is it? These Christians said that this part 10 again.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation.
So after Satan is cast down, comes salvation. Go ahead.
And strength.
And strength.
And the kingdom of our God. And the power of his Christ.
Right. Go ahead.
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night.
Now,
Wow.
Parent connected.
Wow. Oh my God. That is powerful.
get the context. We want to get the context. Let's jump up to verse 1. Galatians, you got me? All right. You know what?
God is the ultimate judge.
Real quick, you know what I'm going to do first? Before we read that, remember it said in verse...
And we know who he is.
Where did it say he was cast down from heaven?
We
Where's that?
found the council.
There was war in heaven. Read verse 7 again.
Yes, sir. Verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels...
No, read 9.
Yes, sir. Verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Wow. To give y'all play-by-play a little bit of a little series I'm going to take care of called Correlations. Something like that verse, for example, is correlating with life. What I can interpret that to is Michael and his angels casting down the devil and his angels is, you can picture it, for example, in the music industry. Michael Jackson beat the game with his angels, whatever he was protected by, to show God is a black man, because God's spirit was with him. And then enters in Tupac Shakur to prove that God's a black man, because they couldn't change him. So something of that nature, we're going to correlate a lot of the story of the Bible in the now.
How that's used in regards to the
And
Israelites.
correlations coming up eventually, soon.
They show you to be cast out means from your rulership. That's what it's making reference.
Send a message if you want to be part of
Lamentations
correlations.
chapter 2, verse 1.
Discussions.
How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger?
That's us. He covered us in anger. Go ahead.
And cast down from heaven.
He cast Zion, the Israelites, down from heaven
unto the earth.
Wait a minute. So does that mean the Israelites were flying around the sky? Wait. No. We were dominant. We had dominion. We had rulership. And we lost it. We were cast down to the earth.
Including
from rulership
our
to
remembrance.
Read it again.
We lost
so
that too.
Christian can understand
But some of us are gaining it back.
Lamentation chapter 2, verse 1. How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remember not his footstool in the day of his anger.
Right. Was that it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go back to Revelation 12. We're going to start at verse 1 in terms of context and get an understanding of this metaphor, this allegory, this parable.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 1.
Come on, Isaac.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
So now, wait.
Amazing
We want to
images.
get an understanding on that thing right there. Give me Genesis. I want the one where Joseph had the dream. 37, thank you.
Genesis chapter 37 and verse 9. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And he told it to his father. And he told it to his father and to his brethren. And his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou thou hast dreamed. Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth?
So those stars represented his brothers, which were at this time, they were 11 stars, 11 of them, because Benjamin was not born yet. So it was 11 plus his mother and father represented those stars. So go back to Revelation 12 again.
Yes, sir. Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet.
The sun and the moon represent light. Represent light. Give me that Proverbs 6:23.
Wow.
Sun is the greater light. The moon is the lesser light when you read Genesis 1. What does light represent metaphorically?
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
The law is light. The law is light. Okay?
And reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
Okay. So now we got the thought. Those stars represent the Israelites, and the light of the sun, the light of the moon, represent God's law. Let's go back. Revelation 12, 1 again.
Yes, sir. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Those 12 stars represent the 12 tribes of Israel. Right?
And she, being with child,
And she, the 12 tribes of Israel, being with child,
cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. There appeared another wonder in heaven.
There appeared another wonder in heaven.
And behold, a great red dragon.
A great red dragon.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head.
So now, this great red dragon, why does it say red? First off, give me Job 30 and 31.
Spain.
I think it's 31.
Pain.
29.
Pain.
29. Thank you. Job 30,
Spain.
29.
That's
Job
the red
chapter
dragon.
30, verse 29. I am a brother to dragons.
I am a brother to dragons. So now, let's see who the brother's talking about. Go to Genesis 25, 25.
So much Spain.
Genesis.
We're going to get the brother and the context of why it says red. Okay?
Esau.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Y'all see that right there? Esau was red. That's the reference point. Let's go back to Revelation 12 and 3 again.
Yes, sir. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon.
Y'all too slow. Put the kids up. Y'all operating too slow. That's Jacob and Esau. Jacob is black. Esau is red. Yes, you Caucasians are red. All right. So now,
Good image.
metaphorically, remember Job said, Job 30, 29, I'm a brother
See,
to
the
dragons.
truth is right in the middle.
That represents Esau. Go back
Esau
to
is just on the left, on the side.
IT? Yes. One more time, verse 3.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head.
Hey, do you have the breakdown for the 7 heads, IT? The breakdown. Yes. Read that, Yuri. 7 heads.
7 heads. Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, Great Britain.
Jump down to the 10 horns.
10 horns. Belgium, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Germany, United Kingdom, Italy, Greece, France, Denmark, Ireland.
All right, let's go back now. Now we got the thought. Where are we?
Verse 4. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven.
So when it says his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars, that's Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and a portion of northern kingdom was with the kingdom of Judah. Like when you read John 4 about the woman Samaritans. Matthew 4 about, that's Asher, right? Anna, Naphtali, Zebulun, and Asher, that's Luke. Asher, Anna was in the tribe of Asher. That's in Luke. Luke 2, thank you. So you had a remnant of northern kingdom with southern kingdom. So Yuri, one more again.
And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven.
Remember, those stars represent the tribes of Israel. So the 3rd part is Judah, Benjamin, Levi,
the earth.
Conquered us, right?
And the dragon stood before the woman,
And the dragon stood before the woman,
which was ready to be delivered,
which was ready to give birth.
for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
So now, what is that talking about? To devour her child as soon as it was born. Matthew 2:13.
Wow. Was that talking about in correlations, for example? We're going to make that correlation so simple for you guys to understand in the real world. For example, to devour her child, a woman that is running in the wilderness or having like this parable they're about to say in the Bible. That's like if you kids can correlate and picture the birth of Tupac Shakur and how his mother was a Black Panther. He was born in jail, and unfortunately she was running around trying to give birth to him. 1971 he was born. 69 God said, "Thence will I bring you down." Get it? 1969 when they went to the moon. So this is really spiritual correlating with the physical. So let's continue. Listen in more. We're correlating and letting y'all know the truth in real time.
Matthew chapter 2, verse 13.
Now keep those images flowing. And give me the one Matthew 2:13.
So y'all can see the Bible for yourself.
I don't see it on the screen.
For example.
Got it, Matthew 2:13. Okay, read Matthew 2:13. Maybe they forgot what
Look at that image. It looks like,
When they were departed,
wow.
Behold, the angel
Exactly
of the
what
Lord
we're telling
appeared to Joseph in a dream.
The angel appeared to Joseph in a dream,
saying, "Arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word.
Exactly.
Why? For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him."
Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. Back to Revelation 12 again, and verse 4.
And his tail.
Wait, IT is not catching up with us.
And his tail.
IT, we're talking about the dragons coming to destroy the child. Dragons coming, yes, those images right there. Go ahead, Jerry.
That image
Revelation
look like
chapter 12, verse 4. And his tail drew the third part of the
Phoenix
stars of heaven,
and
and
Tupac.
it cast them to the earth.
There's more than one IT, there's more than one, yes, come on.
Oh my goodness, that's
And the
amazing.
dragon stood before the woman.
That image look like it. Wow.
For to devour her child.
Those
as
images look
soon
like
as
it
was
got
born.
3D.
Now we know that this dragon
But
represents
that's
who, brother?
Pac and a Phoenix.
Herod, Esau, Herod, Esau,
Look at that.
yes. That's what the metaphor, the allegory is.
Wish y'all could see it.
Right?
Wow.
A man
And
child
she brought forth a man-child.
who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And
IT, pay attention.
Look at those images.
And she
Wow.
brought forth a man child who was to
Oh,
rule
that's
all
really-
nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne.
See that part? And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. Acts
She let
1,
him go.
please. Acts chapter
She
1.
let him go and she let him fly.
Acts chapter 1 and verse 9. And when he had spoken
Wow.
these things,
And when Christ has spoken these things,
while they beheld, he was taken up.
he was taken up,
And a cloud received him out of their sight.
and a cloud received them out of their sight. Back to Revelation 12 and 5 again.
And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne.
So that's Christ being taken up.
Above the rim.
Verse 6 now.
And the woman fled into the wilderness.
Then it says, and the woman fled into the wilderness. Go
Above
ahead.
the river
Where she
Jordan.
had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days.
That wilderness is referring to Africa, deeper into the continent of Africa.
Oh,
How do we know? Matthew 2:13, the angel told Joseph to flee where? Into Egypt. Where is that, brothers? Africa.
Africa, Egypt.
Now give me the precept
New
in
Egypt is America.
21, when Christ said, flee to the mountains, please.
Egypt is just means slavery, meaning the word
Chapter
Egypt
21,
means
verse 20.
bondage.
And when ye shall
That's what
see
it
Jerusalem
means.
compassed with
In
armies,
Greek language.
then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
What mountains? He's still referring to the mountains of Africa. That's where Joseph and Mary fled. Why would the other Israelites follow the same path? Right?
And let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto.
So millions of Israelites fled deeper
Egypt.
into
You
the
got
interior of
gypped.
Africa. This was around 70 AD, just before when we fled.
That's why
Let's
the
go back to
Egyptians,
Revelation 12.
the gypsies. Get it?
And the woman fled into the wilderness.
So this wilderness is Africa. Now watch this.
Where she had a place prepared of
They've
God.
been naming us for time. They've been trying to give us names.
IT, give me ships.
Propaganda.
Period again that part.
Where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days.
350 years we were nourished here in America.
Jeez.
In America. This, again, this is a metaphor. This is a parable about what happened to Israel. Okay? From there, read.
Verse 7. And there was war in heaven.
Now, wait, about the place. I wanted to explain the place. Give me Hosea 1 and 10. Hosea 1 and 10. Hosea 1 and 10. I want to explain the place a little more.
Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10.
Let me ask you, brother, something. According to Zechariah 12, which tribe would be woken up first?
Judah.
Judah would be woken up first. So I want to keep that in mind. Hosea 1 and 10.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass.
Here it comes.
That in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people. There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
The one who started that verse was Elijah the prophet. Bishop Yallison went over it today in his class. In Malachi chapter 4. Elijah would come first and wake the tribe of Judah up first. Where was that? Here in America. Give me that, Zechariah 2 and 6. More evidence. Not IT. Officer Yuri. Zechariah. Is it 2 and 6, I think?
Like a ride from a two, like a ride for Geronimo.
Is that it? Zechariah 2 and 6? That ain't it?
Jeremiah.
Yes.
Zechariah chapter 2 verse
Geronimo.
6. Ho ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north.
So God's people would be in the land of the north, North
wow.
America. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord, for I have spread you
No
abroad
wonder.
as the four winds of the heaven,
They try to
saith
put
the Lord.
P-holes.
Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of
Now
Babylon.
it says Zion would dwell with the daughter of Babylon. So that lets you know Judah would be living with Edom. Who is Zion? Psalm 78:68, please. Let's break down Zion.
Yes. Zion.
First and foremost.
Psalms chapter 78, verse 68. But chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion, which he loved.
See what he called Judah? The Mount Zion, which he loved.
That's
Now,
right.
back to Zechariah
Born to
2:7.
win.
Zechariah chapter 2, verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion.
Now we know Zion here is Judah. Go ahead.
That dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon.
Who is the daughter of Babylon? Psalms 137, verse 7 and 8, please. Who is the daughter? Because we know Babylon were Cushites. Well, who's the daughter of Babylon?
Psalm chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon.
He was calling the Edomites, O daughter of Babylon. Go ahead.
Who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Right. So now, we understand that. Zion is Judah. Babylon, daughter of Babylon is Edom. So, when we go back now to Revelation 12, because we read Hosea 1 and 10, correct? In the place where it was, now we can use that for all the time, but the first place is referring to Judah first. That's in North America. Being woken up. So now back to Revelation 12 and
Yes, sir. And the woman fled into the wilderness.
That's Africa.
Where she had a place prepared of God.
The place prepared of God is America. How do you know the next part?
That they should feed her there 1,203 score days.
350 years. Watch this.
And there was war in heaven.
And there was war in heaven. Go ahead.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
So this is war in heaven. God's angelic forces, you IFOs, you have whatever you're going to call them, the chariots of Israel, fighting against Esau and his allies. Okay? Watch this. Read that again, Yuri.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
Go ahead.
And prevailed not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven.
Now, how do we know that's what that's talking about? Give me Revelation 19:11. Revelation 19:11 about Christ.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war.
Make what?
Make war.
Wow! Go ahead.
His eyes were as a flame of fire.
This is Christ.
And on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Come on.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of God.
He is the Word. Go ahead.
And the armies which were in heaven.
And the armies which were in heaven. Go ahead.
Followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword.
That's the word of God, Hebrews 4 and 12. Go ahead.
Yes.
And with it he should smite the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Come on.
And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God.
He's coming back angry. Read.
And he hath on his vesture,
He hath on his garment,
and on his thigh, a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Read.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun. Remember the angel had sex with Mary. Are you stupid? You blow up. Go ahead.
And he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God.
So he's calling all the birds to eat the flesh of the dead bodies. Go ahead.
That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth.
You saw America and the kings of the earth
and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse.
So NATO, the EU, is going to fight against Christ. Go ahead.
And against his army.
And against Christ's army. That's the angels in heaven.
Yeah, right.
And the beast was taken. And with him, the false prophet.
So America's taken, and the entire church system. That's the false prophet. The entire church.
They don't even know they're surrounded already.
That wrought miracles before him.
That's science. Go ahead.
With which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast.
The sin.
And them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone.
That's nuclear destruction, right?
And the remnant were slain with the sword.
And it goes beyond just nuclear destruction. This is spiritual fire as well. Something that's not quenchable, right?
And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth.
That's the word of God, go ahead.
And all the fowls were filled with their flesh.
Read.
And I saw.
Hey, wait. Hold on. We're going to come back here. Give me 2nd Ezra 13:29. It's another precept. 2nd Ezra 13:29 to 38. About explaining war in heaven. What happened? What is he talking about?
2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Remember, he said, I will come like a thief in the night. Go ahead.
And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
Y'all see that one realm against another, meaning the physical realm and the spiritual realm. That's one realm against another, okay?
And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared.
That's Christ. Then shall my son be declared.
Whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another.
That lets you know that when Christ returns, it's going to be the midst of World War III.
World War III.
And an innumerable.
So don't think, oh, he might come tomorrow. And World War III ain't start. Stop being a dumb Christian. Go ahead.
And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion, and Zion shall come.
We shall come, us.
And shall be showed to
that
all.
Zion is all 12 tribes, right?
And shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill breaker without hand. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto fire.
So you see that part that says without labor by the law which is like fire. That's the sword that in Revelation 19 that came out of Christ's mouth.
Wow.
That's what it's making reference to. That's why we precepted it with, we didn't read it though.
Talking about Magneto. Hell no.
God is sharper than any two-edged.
We're talking about having
Everybody got that,
Negro.
right? Let's go back to Revelation 20.
Revelation chapter 20 and verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven.
So this is after the Great War that Christ smites the militaries of the world, right?
Having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon.
He laid hold, IT, come on, pay attention. He had a great chain and laid hold on the dragon.
That old serpent, which is the devil.
So now you might ask, why do you got two?
Ain't Magneto. I'm having Negro.
Represents Esau and the spiritual demon Satan. It is a twofold meaning. Read it, Yuri.
And he laid hold on the
And
dragon,
he's
that old
hell
serpent,
Esau.
which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Let me show you that. Now you see it says Satan here, right? Real quick, Yuri. Revelation 3:9. Satan is only the spiritual demon. Really? Revelation 3:9 says.
That's why he bounds them with the suits they wear.
3 verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
So these people are the synagogue of Satan. So when we're reading about Satan being bound, that includes them also. Go back to Revelation 20 again.
Truth be told.
What verse you at? Yuri?
Yes, sir. Verse
So
1.
run from the truth.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan.
Notice that which is the devil and Satan. Wait, Revelation 2:9 and 10. Watch. It's going to use both words.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
We're rich, go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So he calls him Satan there, right? Calls him Satan. Watch the
These
next verse.
people are
Fear
so
none of these
crazy.
things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Who was casting us into prison? Herod, the Romans. He's calling them the devil. Y'all see that?
My God.
Yuri, let's go back.
I pray and rebuke them all with the blood of Christ.
And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
So that's why I say it's a twofold scripture. Yes, it's talking about the spiritual demon, but it's also talking about your friendly neighborhood white man.
And cast him into the bottomless pit.
Cast him into Europe, the Caucasus Mountains, go ahead.
And shut him up, and set a seal upon him, nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
Till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
Wow.
And after that, he must be loosed a little season.
Now, watch this. Give me Isaiah 24:16.
No one, no fame, no fame, don't care.
What is it talking about?
You keep your money.
In the pit. Isaiah talked about the same thing. Precept must be upon precept. Line upon line. Here a little,
Craziness.
there a little.
People are nuts,
Isaiah
man.
24:16, you're
Yes, sir.
They got so
Isaiah
much
chapter 24, verse
energy.
16. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard
From
songs,
the uttermost parts of the earth have we heard songs.
even glory to the righteous.
Even glory to the righteous.
But I said, my leanness,
My leanness,
my leanness,
my leanness.
woe unto me.
Why does it say that? Because a lot of our people, you know when you're lean, you're real skinny, we're going to lose a lot of Israelites. 2/3, as a matter of fact. Only the elect is going to be left. Right?
The treacherous dealers
So, wow, see that? The treacherous dealers,
have dealt treacherously.
that's the white man. There's nobody more
That's
treacherous than
spiritually
Esau.
skinny.
He's the one
He's
that makes
talking about.
promises and breaks them over and over. You got black people shocked today. They said 60 years ago you gave us civil rights. You gave us welfare section. Now you're repealing that. You're bringing back segregation in the federal government. Oh yes.
It was always like
All
that.
the
What you
liberties we
talking
had in
about?
this country is going bye-bye. And you called us a cult. You
That's
hated
what you
us.
gotta
You
remember,
despised
black
the
folks. We're never
But now everything
free
you want in your
until
mouth
we
comes
have
to
our own
pass.
currency and country.
Jerry, where we at?
Verse 16.
Okay.
The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously.
Right. Oh, Trump said, we have a ceasefire. We have a ceasefire. And then he goes by the scene and said, you can stop bombing the man. Y'all don't see that? That is a treacherous dealer.
This guy is
Say one thing and
out
mean
of the
something
deal,
else.
treacherous
Even don't
dealer.
it ain't just Trump. Biden too. Oh, we're against the war. We're just gonna fund it. We're
And
gonna
then he
give you
comes on
money.
TV and says, yep, I'm gonna sign more
Protect yourself.
bills and confuse more people and
Come on,
just
stop that.
will
Y'all
do
don't
the
see
same
how
thing
the
to Putin.
ridiculous you?
The treacherous dealers have
These
dealt
other dealers.
The
treacherously.
treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yes, that's your Democrats and your Republicans. Stop. One group is better than the other. No, they're the same.
Same
Right?
beast.
Yea,
The
the
same
treacherous
head,
dealers have dealt
snakes.
very treacherously. Fear and the pit
Fear and the pit.
and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit.
They going into underground bunkers, right?
And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the
And when
snare.
they come out of the bunkers, they're gonna get taken, right?
For the windows from on high are open, and the fountains of the earth
Foundations.
and the foundations of the earth do shake.
Wow! Right?
The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and
So
fro.
when World War III hits and Christ come through, the earth shall reel to and fro, come on,
Like a drunkard,
like a drunkard.
and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it. And it shall fall and not rise
It
again.
shall fall and not rise again, come on.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high.
Who is the host of the high ones that are on high? That's the white man. He's the ruling, dominant race on the planet. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth upon the earth.
Now watch
Yeah,
this.
high on
And they shall
heroin.
be gathered together.
And they shall be gathered together.
As
Calling
prisoners
themselves
are
heroes.
gathered in the pit.
Look at
That's the
them.
same thing Revelation 20 say.
Need to be all
These,
burnt
they
up.
shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. Go ahead.
And shall be shut up in the prison.
They shall be shut up in the prison.
And after many days shall they be
And
visited.
after many days they shall be loosed. Go back to Revelation
We're
20.
building prisons
And read verse
for
3
white
again.
people.
So, and
Yeah.
cast him into the bottomless
Can't
pit,
wait.
and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
They
And after
build
that,
prisons for
he
us.
must be loosed
And after that he must be loosed.
a little
A
season.
little
We're
season.
living
We'll
in
go
them.
into that another time.
So
Where we at initially?
they better
Back to
hope we
Revelation,
give them the same treatment
12. Back to
and not
Revelation
worse.
12. Let me get through this. And what verse
So
were we
they
at?
better keep doing nice
Go ahead.
treatment
Revelation chapter
because it
12,
only
verse
gets
9.
better.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan.
So in order to understand it, you got to know
Otherwise,
metaphorically who is called the devil and Satan. That's
remember
why I took you to Revelation 2:9 and 10 and 3:9 to show you Esau is called the devil and Satan.
will
Right?
be.
Which deceiveth the whole world.
With their media. The white man deceives the whole world with their media. Right? You got me? Right, put it off.
Mass
This is how they
media.
deceive the whole
Wahala.
world. You know, nations come here. There's videos where nations come here, and they really believe that every black man is a thief, a murderer, and a liar because of the media.
Yep.
Go ahead, Yuri.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
So now, you see that part? He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. I want to pause there again. I got to do something real quick. Isaiah 14, because I took you to the Lamentations, right? About Zion being cast from heaven to the earth to show you how utilize the scriptures used. Now give me Isaiah 14 to show the same thing again. Yuri, verse 4.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
So we're talking about who, brothers? Babylon, the king of Babylon, which is a metaphor for America. Jump down for time's sake, verse 12. Watch what it calls Babylon.
Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Now it calls Babylon Lucifer. But notice the wording. How art thou fallen from where, brothers? Heaven. O Lucifer. Go ahead.
O Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
Notice Lucifer, which is Babylon, was cast down from heaven unto the ground. That's the same. Yuri, hold that. Go right back to Revelation 12 and 9 again.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out.
This is Lucifer. Go ahead.
That old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
With their media,
he was cast out into the earth.
Cast out into the earth.
And his angels were cast out with him.
And his allies were cast out with him. Back to Isaiah 14, verse 12 again.
Yes, sir. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
How does it weaken a nation? Break this down.
Wow.
Economically, politically, militarily. Those are the three ways they weaken nations. Economics, politics, and military.
Wow, it's so true.
Y'all got it?
It is said, it is judged, and it shall be
They
destroyed.
weaken the nations economically
It is done, it is judged, and it shall be destroyed.
and militarily. Those are the three ways.
They are judged.
You all right? You good? Yuri, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Shall be.
Verse 13. But thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
IT, give me the right, brothers. That's right. I will ascend. Well, hey, think about it. Why would the spiritual demon have to say, I will ascend into heaven? He goes up and down in Job chapter 1. It tells you that. Stop listening to Christians.
With the
They don't know nothing.
planes, with the airplanes, the
This is talking
jets.
about the Wright brothers, where they said, I will ascend into heaven.
Hmm.
They, in 1903, they created the airplane. Yuri?
I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of
To
God.
exalt your throne above the stars of God. IT, come on, give me the next one. Yes. It's talking about their spaceships, their ships, their satellites. Come on, IT. Flow with me, flow with me. This is what that means. Read
You gotta
on.
create
I will sit
ships and
also
boats,
upon
man,
the
to
mount
get
of
out
the
of here.
congregation in the
No
sides
flights,
of the
man.
north.
See that? Read that, Yuri, right there.
A documentary history of slavery in North America.
It says, I will
man.
sit
We gotta
upon
put
the
our money
mount of
together
the
and do all
congregation
that.
in the sides of the north. That's North
To be
America.
able to get out of
The
here
congregation
in
is us. Yuri, real quick.
perfect timing.
Exodus 12:47. Exodus 12:47, I believe it is.
Yes, sir. Exodus chapter 12, verse 47. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it.
Give me Psalm 74 and 2. Come on. You're on your
Subscribe.
Psalm chapter 74, verse 2. Remember thy congregation, which thou hast purchased of old, the rod of thine inheritance, which thou hast redeemed, this Mount Zion, wherein thou hast dwelt.
So you see that, right? So let's go back to Isaiah 14.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, spaceships.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Give me that next one, IT. This is the North America, right here, North America. Our people are scattered all throughout North America. Next picture, IT. This is when we sit, when a nation sits on you, it means they have conquered you, dominated you, they rule you. Next one, IT. Yes, that's what they put upon us, on our necks. Here it reads,
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. That's their planes, their jets, their helicopters, so forth and so on. Go ahead.
I will be like the Most High.
They said, I will be like God. Read.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell.
To the sides of the pit.
To the sides of the pit. Go ahead.
They that see thee.
Now, verse 16 is what you always want to stress.
That's why they keep going up
They
there.
that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man?
The what?
The man?
The what?
The man?
The man. Lucifer is man. Man. Man.
Yep, that's him.
Spirit. Lucifer is man.
Yep.
And what man? Yes, you, Mr. White Man. You. Yes, you.
They're all managers of
You
hell.
are Babylon. You are Lucifer. You.
Oh, you think they wake up every morning like a
Is this
lizard?
the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
How did they shake kingdoms? Through war.
Managing the
War.
stolen wealth,
Look at God.
stolen
Look what they're
properties,
doing.
lands.
That's how they're shaking kingdoms. We got that
Ridiculousness.
IT. Y'all got that one with Gaza being destroyed. It's a little moving clip y'all got. Yeah. This is how they shake and make kingdoms to tremble.
Desolations is what they
The
do.
Christians don't
to
know
places.
the Bible. They're in a mythological.
That's why they're known as the desolation,
That's what
the
this
abomination of desolation.
Read Yuri.
Verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness.
This is a wilderness. Go ahead.
And destroyed the cities thereof.
This is how they destroyed the cities thereof.
That
why they
opened
build
not the house of
cities.
his
They
prison.
destroyed more than they built.
We're the prisons. We're the slaves here. They're captives. So what we just, let's go back now to Revelation.
Including people and
Well,
families.
what verse we at, Yuri? We're in chapter 12 and verse 9, right?
Yes, sir. And the
Wicked
great dragon was
cancers.
cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out
So
with
he
him.
cast out. You remember in Isaiah 24, it said they shall be, what was the word?
Rebuke
Started
them
with
with the
B.
blood of Christ
Prisoners.
at every given cost,
When you're a prisoner, when you are a prisoner, you are in chains.
every given time.
You are in chains. Yes,
Rebuke
yes,
them
yes, yes.
all
Put it out there. We don't care if you don't like it.
your life.
We don't care if you get mad. We can tell you what the Bible is saying.
Because trust me,
Because
they're
remember
waiting to
in-
snipe you.
Revelation 20, it said the angel bound the great
They're
dragon
wicked.
with what, brothers?
They must be bounded spiritually until physically.
Talk about captivity. Here
It
it
shall be done because it is written.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation.
So once the great dragon, which is Babylon, which is Esau Edom, is taken
Yeah,
down,
that looks
conquered,
like the
and
manager.
bound for
That looks like
it
the
says,
children of the managers.
Now is come salvation.
Wicked
Now is
managers.
come
Yep, that looks like
salvation
them wicked
and
thieves.
strength and the kingdom
Yep.
of our God and the
And
power
religious
of his
fools,
Christ.
the power of his
thieves,
Christ.
For the accuser of our
gangsters,
brethren
killers.
is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night.
How they accuse us?
Stockbrokers,
Their media.
liars, life
Their media
brokers.
shows us as the hood rats, the no good, the thieves, the liars, the murderers. We the ones that we'll commit the same crime as the white man. And the white man will get 6 months, we'll get 6 years. So what the hell is this? For the same offense.
And they'll still get away with the
But
money
their media does that.
and
And
the killing of life.
Signal throughout all the earth.
or of a community, you'll still get away with
This is
it.
why our brothers and sisters that come from the continent,
Until one fine
stay away from us,
day,
they believe what a lot of them see on TV. You are criminals, you are liars, you are thieves, you are
judgment
murderers.
comes within an hour, and the pain lasts forever.
It's like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? That's what they show to our people worldwide. So everybody has a negative impression of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Yuri, where we at?
Verse 11.
Go ahead.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
Listen, brothers, I want to get to that part too.
They fire us at our jobs just to have our families have negative impression of us, keeping a stability
You cannot think
position as a man. They completely try to destabilize us at every possible angle because they come in close to us.
We have to go through.
We allow this. That's all.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. And by the word of their testimony.
The word of our testimony is the testimony of Christ. Give me that Psalm.
Powerful images.
132:11. It's not our testimony. Our testimony must be Christ's testimony. Because our testimony, generally, personal testimonies is garbage. How many times have we met brothers and sisters give their personal testimony?
Those are powerful images. I'm sorry, but I gotta screenshot something quick. That is so powerful that we need to put that on a t-shirt. Where is this image again? Wow. Uh-oh. Where is this image? Ah. Sorry, folks, but subscribe. Oh, I hope I got it. Not quite, but let's continue on.
And by the word of their testimony.
Word of our testimony.
Yeah, I got it.
Whoa. 132:11.
Yes, that's a powerful image.
It's not our testimony. Our testimony must be Christ's testimony. Because our testimony, generally, personal testimony.
Wow.
How many times have we met
Powerful image.
give their personal testimony, then the next day go join Islam? Or go back to the Christian church?
T-shirts
So all
for
of our
sale.
testimonies is gone.
No, for free.
Here today is gone tomorrow. You ever read that for me?
Get it
Psalm
right.
chapter 132, verse 11. The Lord has sworn in truth unto David. He will not turn from it. Of the fruit of thy body will I set upon thy throne.
Of the fruit of thy body, meaning the seed that comes from David, will I, which is Christ, set on your throne. Set on the throne. Read.
If thy children will keep my covenant,
If thy children will keep my covenant,
and my testimony,
see that right there, and my testimony. Not your testimony. We got to keep the Lord's testimony, which is Christ came through the seed of David to sit on the throne. You
Amen.
must believe that. Go ahead.
that I shall teach them, their children shall also sit upon thy throne forevermore.
I said, go back. Read that again. 12.
If y'all want to know who the Shakur Comfort
And
is,
they overcame him by
that
the
came
blood
through
of
the
the
seed
Lamb
of David.
and by the word of their testimony.
So the word of their testimony is Christ's testimony. Go ahead.
The
And
Black
they loved
Panther
not their
himself.
lives unto the death.
Got that right there. And they love not their lives unto the death. Watch this.
Wow.
Give me Romans 8:36. Paul says
great.
something in the book of Romans.
Jeez. They run away from the crown.
Romans
Run
chapter
towards
8,
the crown.
Verse 36.
Pay attention, all you Christians, listen.
As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long.
Now, why would Paul say that? Because our life is not our own. We will enter persecution and tribulation. 2 Timothy 3:12, please. You can put those up, brothers. You can put those good. Put them all up with the cop walking to the door. No, to the door. Yeah, that. Come on, Yuri.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12.
Listen good.
Wow.
Yea,
This
in
is
all that
crazy.
will live godly.
All that will live godly, that's you and me. All of us, we have decided to live godly. Read it again, Yuri.
Yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution.
Shall suffer persecution. It doesn't say might.
ready.
It says shall
We
suffer
ready.
persecution. So Paul
We're in survival mode every day of our life, waiting. Because this is a battle we are winning, born to win.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death.
Born to win.
Therefore,
No fear.
rejoice, ye heavens. Rejoice, you heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Now watch this.
Rejoice.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Why? For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. The devil will come down unto you, having great wrath.
Rejoice.
That's what we read in Isaiah 14. How did
The
they make the world
kingdom is
this
near.
wilderness? Destroyed cities. That's the great wrath. You're seeing it over and over. And believe it or not, we've been telling our people are in Palestine.
Escape the fog with the word.
They got your faces.
You
Your
know
head,
where
they
to
look
be.
like you and me. But the media don't show them.
That's
The
right.
media does not show
So waste
them.
time in
They show us
Babylon,
the Arabs.
and you shall escape.
Because black people might get upset.
Ask us how.
Read again, Yuri. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Don't you see them repealing? They repeal segregation laws in the federal government.
Some
They take away
shall
food
escape, and
from the public school
can be
system
part of
starting
it.
September. They took $1 billion out. They said we're not paying for these black kids in school no more. We're not giving them food. No free food. What else they do? Welfare. They said we're going to repeal that. What else they repealing? Section 8.
soon they're gonna repeal everything, including employment
Public
insurance.
housing. They said let's take all of that back. So
It's
read
crazy.
again, Yuri. For the
So
devil,
we
for
can't
the
rely
devil
on
is come
nothing.
down unto you, having great wrath. They said, you know what? They said when people go to Europe, they said we can be arrested in Europe if we do videos speaking any kind of what they deem anti-Semitism. We can be stopped at the customs and or arrested. You can't make this stuff up. Read. Having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. How does he know? Because he sees the Israelites waking up. We're their
Timeline.
huh? I like time clock. I like that. Your scale time clock. I like that. They said, you know what? There's a lot of them. In fact, there's thousands and thousands of them waking up. They said, we got Harry. We got a short time left. Jack.
They want to show examples, and they ain't gonna get a chance. So stay away from the streets of
He was
idleness.
cast unto the earth. And when the dragon saw he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman
Unless
which
you're
brought
there
forth the
with
man-child.
brothers.
So he's going to persecute the woman. The woman represents who, brothers? Israel. Read. And to the woman were given 2 wings
Protect
of a
your
great
home.
eagle. Now, verse 13
Listen
and
to the
14
word.
jumps back
Be in
to
good
verse
spirit.
6. Read 6 again.
They
Verse
shall
6.
not find
And the
you.
woman fled into the wilderness, Africa, where she had a place,
Even if they
America,
find you,
prepared
they
of
can't
God,
hurt you.
that they should feed her there 1,203 score days.
Spiritual protection all
Now
around
come back to
us.
verse 13 and 14. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the
Get
earth,
in the word.
he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. Israel, read. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle. A great escape, because Rome was after us. That she might fly into the wilderness. It's repeating it, Africa. Into her place, America, where she is nourished for a time, and times and half a time, from the face of the serpent. Who's nourishing us?
Wow.
Esau, the serpent, the great red dragon. How they nourishing us? Welfare, Section 8, jobs, WIC, all of it. Whatever we got, this white man has been nourishing us. They are our, I hate to say it, but they are mama and our daddy. They'd be daddy.
They become
They've been
mama
doing all this for us.
and
We've been
papa
doing it
because
alone.
we are the mama
When we
and
try to do it
papa, and they
alone,
want to
what
take
they
our
do?
jobs.
They bomb us. They said, we don't want you to nourish yourselves.
Wow.
That's against the prophecy. We got to nourish you.
Wow.
Go ahead. Read it again. The bottom.
Crazy
Where she is
kids,
nourished for a time, and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. We're nourished by this white
Crazy
man.
wicked kids, man.
His mouth. His mouth, his head is here. Go ahead. And the serpent cast out of his mouth. IT, pay attention. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood. So after this woman, IT, come on now. You're messing me up.
They don't know how to cook food, and they want to cook food for you.
I gave you all the images. The dragon cast out of his mouth water.
Jeez. They don't know how to entertain, and they want to entertain
Oh
you.
my God. Oh my
They don't know how to build places, and they want to build your home for you.
I'm going
What the
too
hell
fast.
is wrong with some of these people?
No! No! Put the dragon on. Put the dragon on the screen. Let me look.
It's a retardation person
Some more.
using
Some more.
their
Keep going. Where's the girl?
selves
Where's the little girl?
of
Come on. Keep
goodness,
going.
and they're
Keep
just
going.
going
Keep
mad.
going. Yep. Yep.
They're just doing,
Keep
just
going.
going to the edge of
Keep
wickedness.
going. Keep going.
God,
Keep going. Keep
please
going.
don't
Come
allow
here
any
with me.
more wickedness, please,
Keep going. Keep going.
to have any dominion.
Come on. Come
Oh
on.
my God, rebuke them
Come on.
all.
Yep, it's coming.
Repent.
It's coming. Yep. Come on.
Gosh.
Keep going.
Gee, we think when
It's
Adam
it's
picked
coming.
it, when
It's
Adam went
coming.
at this
Come
woman,
on.
Eve,
Come on. Oh,
evil,
Lord.
sounds like, because
Oh,
she's still in
God.
envious mode.
Oh, Lord.
Turn your face against these women that are in envious mode.
Oh, my. Come on.
Envying
That's
wealth,
the-
envying the
Somebody
money,
talk.
and then talking crap
talk.
about the truth,
I know that ain't it.
about the word.
Hey, give Bishop a hand, man.
You know?
How is this? Hey.
This is amazing.
Now, this is how you break
All
down
praise to the
Revelation
Most High.
chapter 12. I saw a nigga black
You know?
lit, rusty Christian
All
pastor
praise to the Most High
try to break this down and he
for
pushed
this
the hell out of this
opportunity to have this
Satan was this
opportunity
and that, and the dragon was in heaven and did all kinds of third
of
parts of the tale.
wisdom and knowledge
And these
Wow.
Christian pastors
beyond
don't know the
anything
A
you
lot
can
of y'all
learn in
think they know the
school.
Bible. They don't know the Bible. But the difference is they know our people don't know the Bible.
Or from
So they
anywhere
able to
else.
manipulate our people, man.
Right. I got it. Yo, hey, listen, I apologize.
true.
You're right. I didn't send it. And we got no time. Where we at, Gary? We're almost done.
Yes, sir. Verse
Give me
15.
some, give me some melody over there. Come on.
And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a
So
flood.
what is this for? That's a flood. Lies. Christian lies. That's the flood. Hebrews 13:9, Gary.
We're just saying
Thank you,
facts,
IT.
folks.
That's good,
We're
that's
just
good.
seeing
All right,
facts
Gary,
in
come on. Hebrews 13:9.
real life
Read
situation.
Gary
We
again.
didn't write
Hebrews
this,
chapter 13, verse
so
9.
don't you come at
Be
us.
not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines.
Hold that. Go back to Revelation 12:15. It said, don't be carried about with
We're just
diverse
living in
and
prophecy.
strange doctrines.
Verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
Carried away with diverse and strange doctrines. Go ahead.
And the earth helped the woman.
And the earth helped them. Give me that 2 Corinthians 4:7, Yuri. 2 Corinthians 4:7.
There's too many of us. The dragon can't find us.
2
He's too
Corinthians chapter
occupied
4, verse
sucking
7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of God.
So when the Holy Spirit comes upon us, brothers, from the time of Elijah till now, that's
You
where
have to
we
shut off the
as
lights.
the earth helping the woman, going out teaching the rest of our people to wake them up. Go back to Revelation 12. I'm rushing through this, but go ahead.
Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the
What are we
flood.
swallowing up the lies with? The Bible. The Bible.
That's
The
right.
Bible. Go ahead.
And swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman,
And the dragon's going to get so angry with us, swallowing up all the lies. Go ahead.
and went to make war.
He's going to make war. This is what Paul said in Romans 8:26 we read, and Timothy, about all that will live godly, all that will live godly must suffer persecution. Paul said in Romans 8, we are killed all the day for thy name's sake. Here we go again.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed,
That literally means that was a literal war. Go ahead.
which keep the commandments of God,
But that's what the dragon is angry with, keeping the commandments of God.
and have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
Now give me Isaiah 59 before we close out. Isaiah 59:19. Isaiah 59.
Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19.
All right.
So shall
This
they
ties in with what we just read. Go ahead.
so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west.
From where, Yuri?
From the west.
We are in the Western Hemisphere. So shall they fear the name of the Lord
Enemies
from the
and
west.
states,
And
get
his
ready.
glory from the rising of the sun.
That's how
You
it goes
ready?
on the other side in Africa and England and Europe. Go ahead.
When
High
the enemy
altitudes.
shall come in like a
And
flood,
the enemy, the dragon, the great serpent, shall come in like a flood.
the Spirit of the Lord
The Spirit of the Lord.
shall lift up a standard against him.
So they're not going to be able to kill all of us. They're going to get some of us, but not all of us. That's the Lord
That's right. That's right.
The Lord says to Satan, you can do
So
this.
get ready, y'all. Get ready. Battle is on.
It's going to be the same way. I'll allow you to take
They're
this
going
room
down,
back
and
room
that's
without
it.
You understand that?
No more compromising. No more reasoning.
So shall they fear the name
No
of the
more
Lord
talk.
from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
So that flood is the same flood that's cast out of the dragon's mouth in Revelation 12. Go ahead.
Yep.
And the Redeemer
Same
shall come
clown
from
that's
Zion.
watching right now. Always
And
one
unto
person
them that turn from
that's
transgression.
in the midst of
The
this.
Redeemer's looking for them who have
Important.
turned from what year?
From transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord.
That's who Christ is looking for. Them that turn from transgression. Go ahead.
As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord.
This is the Lord covenant with us.
My spirit that is upon thee,
Uh-huh.
and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever.
And now has come salvation, like it says in Revelation 12. With that, brothers, 12 tribes!
Worldwide.
12 tribes!
Worldwide.
12 tribes!
Yeah. That's right, y'all.
With that, we say shalom.
Shalom. The Lord's Prayer of heaven. The Lord's Prayer of war in heaven. That's right, y'all. That's amazing. All praise. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for being around with us. But for those that's in the room, that's part of this espionage program of control and tyranny and constant deceit and working for Santa Claus. We rebuke you with the blood of Christ. If you're in this room to learn the truth, all praise, we bless you and hopefully give grace to the Most High and be about your truth. Don't you worry. New government is all we promoting. For this government is under judgment, and the truth shall set us all free. So always remember the Lord's Prayer, which is, you heard it in this podcast, so thy kingdom come, his will be done as it is on the earth. So it's as it is as it will be done on the earth, as it is in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. So that prayer is, in fact, so deep. That's what we just saw. So don't get it twisted, y'all. This is all relatively happening in real time, and most people don't get it. They think the Bible is a fairy tale because they don't see the story happening in real time. Wow. It's so crazy. That's why we need to do correlations. So thank y'all again for listening. We're tuning off. We get it. Most people don't understand it. But it's all good. I hope you find the light some way, somehow, because you're searching. Searching for the light. Keep on searching, just search for the light. Don't be running around making fool of yourself when you can't find the light. Thank you.